Hey man, this is Tommy Chung, and you're listening.
Harry's drinking again. Welcome back to another edition of the Harry's Drinking Again podcast. I'm your host, Harry Too Scary, aka Mr. Harris. I couldn't wait. I had to get the party going early. I haven't had a drink in a couple of days. We got Artie Hoffman coming back on tonight. The second time around on the Harris is Drinking Again podcast. Tonight's show is brought to you by Bud Light Platinum, 6%, brewed for the night. We also got some El Mayor tequila. 100% puro agave. Show officially starting in 10 minutes. Oh, it's already started, baby. I can only do so much in a chair. Shout out to everybody, man. We got Artie Hoffman coming back in the building. You can check out artiehoffman.com. He came on TNR 40 was the first time around. He does psychic readings, has a couple of books. We're going to get into it. Crack open a shot. Let's get a shot up in this, man. Welcome to the Harris is Drinking Again pubcast, baby. Doing the Rico podcast tomorrow night. Shout out to Rico Aviles. So we stocked up for the weekend. We got the El Mayor and the Stolichnaya. An old drunk told me one time that this was the cleanest vodka to blow your mind. Next day, you don't wake up with hangover. For those who don't like to be sober, yes. Now I got just a small goal in mind. We starting slow, only drinking on the show nights, a little Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We drying out Sunday through Wednesday, Thursday. And I've been doing a couple miles a day on the treadie. Getting that incline up there to 20, 25 at the most. So slowly but surely, man, big things is taking place over the course of the next month. We're trying to get right. Got a lot of longevity, but cheers to everyone. I'm gonna sip that one. Mayor. 100% puro agave. Yes, yes. All right. You know, I had to come through a little early. Get the mojo going here, huh? Uploaded the Tommy Chong clip, Puffin' with an Icon. Go peep it out. Hopefully that can become a series and we can get some more legends on the show. And Puff a Doobie. Yeah. That'll be amazing. But you can go check that one out. Latest upload. I'll be having a Gianni upload possibly tomorrow night, the third installment, the last clip, either tomorrow or Saturday. And then the full interview's coming out Monday morning. Shout out to Mr. Russo. I'd like to get your tequila up on here too, man. That Don Corleone. Hey, that interview was fire. At points, I could tell myself, you know, I'm not an experienced, what you say, interviewer and stuff, but I did cool. I held my own, and I hope you guys really do enjoy it. It's a fun process, interviewing these guys, you know? But they're just guys. I'm a guy, you're a guy. Girls, everybody. But if you're watching this channel and you're seeing the evolution of Mr. Harris and the Harris brand, then I think over the last course of the year, you've been highly surprised at the growth that we've made. We got Artie here with us tonight. This is his second time around on the Harris is Drinking Again podcast, aka Pubcast. I can't recall not if I had the same setup, whatnot. We do have a few more subscribers than the last time that this gentleman was on, so shout out to that. We're gonna get a brief rundown of his history, and we're gonna get caught up, shoot the shit, and it's gonna be a wonderful show. I'm really excited for tonight. Let's see. Got Artie's screen went black here. Artie, if you can hear me, your screen went to the dark side, my brother. Before I bring you on. There we go. All right. You are listening to Smooth Sounds, K1092. All right. Enough with the bullshit. Producer ready? All right. Oh, almost forgot the theme music here. I was going to go to something else. You've seen them before. Episode TNR 040. A self-proclaimed psychic medium and psychic to the stars as well. He has a couple of books out, Angels and Answers. You can check out his website, artiehoffman.com. And he has a podcast of his own. Man, this man had a business called Peeping Tom's Window Cleaning. If that's not dope, I don't know what is. But he's going to tell you more about it. So coming to the stage, Artie Hoffman.
Thank you for having me.
You are welcome, my man. Thank you for coming back around.
Cool beans.
Man. Artie Hoffman, ladies and gentlemen, psychic medium, psychic comedian, right? We had a good conversation last time. The channel's grown a little bit since then. Picked up a few subscribers, so not everybody might be with the rundown, but we'll get into that in a minute. How have you been since the last time? It was almost around Halloween when you were on here.
That's right.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, I've been keeping pretty busy. I gotta say, life is keeping me busy. Doing events, doing readings, doing parties. Been doing a little traveling. So yeah, life is. I have no complaints.
Did the holidays keep you busy? Were you working a lot over the holidays? And
Yeah, absolutely. It's not just holidays, it's year round. People, their hearts are hurting when they lose a loved one. When you lose a child, when you lose your best friend, when you lose one of your parents, when you lose a sibling, people's hearts are hurting. And so, it just gives me tremendous satisfaction to be able to heal people's hearts and to and help give people understanding about their loved ones, that to let them know that they're okay. And, when I give specific messages from their loved ones who have crossed over, it brings happiness to their heart because, no one's really dead. The body dies, but them as a person, they're not dead. They're still alive as just as much as you and I. They just crawled over into a different dimension. But when they get, messages from the other side, from their loved ones who passed away, it's very heartwarming. It's healing. And, it's a little challenging when you have to come to a place of acceptance and accepting the fact that, your loved one is in a different dimension. I won't say dead because they're not, but they're in a different dimension. But yet what's really cool is that they could hear you when you talk to them. And they leave you little signs to let you know that they're around you. So it's really cool. It really is. And a lot of them still have a great sense of humor over on the other side. I've heard some really good messages and jokes and stuff like that from the other side. So it's great. It's a great feeling.
I remember from our conversation last time, you came about your skill or your specialness, around, was it 26, 27? Is that right? If you could tell.
Yeah, I was 27 years old when I learned how to do what I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
And before that, have you kind of always...
I had nothing before that.
Nothing.
I had zero.
Did you think that the veil, so to speak, between the living and the dead was what it was now? Like, as far as your understanding back then? Or were you just kind of oblivious to the whole?
I was oblivious to the whole thing. I really had no concept of, I figure when you were dead, you were gone and that was it. It's like, I didn't know what to think, but as I grew more spiritually, I have a better understanding about reincarnation and life after life, and more about the Holy Spirit, more about angels. And my angels are always letting me know that they're around me through, they show me lights of purple. I see lights appear in purple out of thin air. And a lot of it happens at nighttime. And just once in a while, it will happen indoors during the daytime. But most of the times it happens at nighttime outdoors. So that's one of the ways that the angels show me that they're around. And when I connect to people's loved ones or their angels, when I'm in a reading or in a meditation, I give people the answers that they're looking for. Sometimes the answers aren't just black and white, though. Sometimes it takes a day or two, or maybe a week or so, for people to appreciate the answers that were given to them.
Right.
Not everything's just black and white. Sometimes you have to really think about it.
Now, to get to this place, I forget, but have you are you experienced with any sort of hallucinogenics or at all mushrooms, weed, DMT, at all in the course of your life?
No, I don't do any drugs.
Uh, have you?
No, I don't do any drugs. I once in my life, and when I say once, I mean one time in my life. It was last year. I tried a hit of acid, a little LSD, once in my lifetime, and it was actually an incredible experience. I felt 0% fear. I felt nothing but love, and it was just actually a very good feeling. Um, I don't think I would do it again, only because, or maybe once, maybe one more time, but it's something that I would not want any drugs to get me to that place. I want to be able to naturally be able to get to where I need to get spiritually, so that I could have awareness, rather than be dependent on a drug to get me there. I know that there's a lot of very talented people who do use drugs or some, hallucinate on some level, whether it be alcohol or drugs, to get themselves there. If I'm feeling really uptight or really stressed, I will have a beer, or I will have maybe just a little drink, just to take the edge off of me.
Nice.
If I'm personally really upset. But on the most part, people, when I do parties, I do a lot of parties. So people say, hey, Art, you want drink, you want some wine, you want this, you want that. And it's like, I don't, because first of all, the sugar of it will put me on a rush high, but then I come crashing down. And I can't afford to go crashing down when I'm doing a big party and I'm reading for a lot of people. It's a great instant high. And actually, I do pretty well when I'm a little tipsy. I get tipsy every once in a blue moon. Yeah. But when I get tipsy, I could see pretty well. When I'm by the ocean or by any large body of water, I could see pretty well.
Right. More natural experiences. I myself, I ask because I've done all the hard drugs and stuff, and I'm like 2 years
clean
over off of hard stuff. I just smoke weed and drink, and I like shrooms. I love shrooms. And but every twice a year, every quarter ish, 3 or 4 months, I go out here to our mountains and I go hiking, and I basically get lost in the mountains and do shrooms and just fucking laugh, roll around, and I don't come back down out of the mountain until I'm healed, or whatever you want to say.
What's your purpose of that?
For me, man, it's just it's a cleansing, and there's something that goes on with whether it's shrooms or an ayahuasca or a DMT. Those are way more powerful, but for the shrooms, it's this inner perspective. It strips all your ego away, almost your layers, and I'm able to analyze my life, how I'm acting, how I think people are perceiving me, how I want to be perceived in the world, and it kind of just lets me organize myself, and I feel so much lighter after I do that. But
how long does it last?
Good, man, about 4 to 6 hours. The peak's gonna last me 2.5, 3 hours, and I'm really just charged. But about 4 to 6 hours, and then come home and I'm very just relaxed. Still hyped up, still energized, because shrooms are great for cardiovascular and everything as well. You'll just be working out on those bad boys like it ain't nothing. But yeah, so but I myself, don't have any powers or whatnot. But in your eyes, say somebody that had to do that to get to the place that they need to reach somebody, is that lack credibility within to yourself or within the community, with the psychic community, if you will? Is
You
that
have to rephrase that question. I don't get what you were saying.
so? Like, say a psychic that does do a lot of um, drugs, and they're open with it. Do they lack credibility within the psychic community at all? If
Well, I personally don't judge anybody. When I do know one specific person who used to do a lot of cocaine to get herself there. But when you do that, you tend to lose control of your own life. It's just like any great artist. There's, plenty of great artists in the 60s and 70s, probably now too, but 60s and 70s particular, who use the drugs to help them get into such a creative space to be able to write some incredible songs or to express themselves, or for a painter or a musician. They just, it allows them to release all fears or inhibitions. Even many actors or comedians will use it to also help them again release any fears. When you have no fear within your body or your system, I mean, you could literally move mountains. You could create the greatest songs, the greatest thoughts, be a great writer. Now, do I promote that? No, I don't promote it. All I'm saying is that there are some people who do use that as an avenue. But again, a majority of them also end up personally come down crashing because of it, because they do not know how to control it. A lot of people who are on drugs or do a lot of drinking, they say, "Oh, I have it under control." Whereas, no, like a majority of them don't have it under control, you know. But you can't tell them that, because that's their frame of mind. They think they all have it under control. But, if you're able to, and there's a lot of people on Wall Street who are on drugs to deal with all the stress that they're dealing with, you know.
Yeah.
But as far as with myself, no, I just use my God-given talent and my blind faith that I don't need to go to hallucinated drugs to get to that altered state of mind, to be able to connect to, the spiritual world, whether it be your loved ones that are deceased, your angels, the archangels, the Holy Spirit. I do it all through prayer and meditation, and it's just all about trust. It's all about blind faith and trust. But there are certain people whose life is so incredibly stressed out, so stressful, that the reason why people do drugs and alcohol, because it blocks the emotional pain from dealing with their reality. And there are artists, really good artists, who use it to help them get into that creative space.
Yeah.
But when you're so used to being in that space, you don't know, a lot of people don't know how to live the reality of life, because they're just living way out there in that state of mind, as far as being on drugs or drinking a lot, So, and then when it's affecting your loved ones, where you can't even communicate with them on a social level or on a respectful level, and it just becomes more about you rather than the overall good, on behalf of everyone who's involved. So if you could still get to a point where you could allow yourself just that little bit of high, and to get, just to take a break from life, and that's fine, and get back into reality of dealing with the responsibilities of life, whether it be work, whether it be family, whether it be lover, whether it be kids, whatever, helping out everybody, respectfully, financially, emotionally, whatever. So long as you can keep on doing that, then, God bless you. But if it's affecting your relationships and it's affecting your well-being, whether it be health or financial or relationship, then you got a problem there. But
Yeah.
a lot of people don't want to admit that they have a problem. So that's
Right.
the problem. When you acknowledge that you have a problem, well, then that's the step towards recovery, or the step towards knowing, how to make things better. But if you think that you don't have a problem where everybody else is saying you're acting weird or whatever, you're acting arrogant or you're so disrespectful, or, it creates people to be not so nice a lot of times. So,
I-
but so long as they're not hurting other people and so long as they're taking care of their responsibilities like they should, I have nothing against
yeah.
people who want to do whatever it is that they want to do, but so long as you're not hurting other people while doing it.
That's where I'm at with the whole thing. And I myself got the sign warning: drink responsibly. I've always been a guy who's had the things under control. I've had my moments where I've gotten loose and stuff like everybody else, but it's I don't know. I have a certain level that I always let myself kind of get to, and then I always pull it back up. Even with the drinking, couples, shots of beer every Thursday night. It's part of the whole theme. Eventually, one day I'm going to be promoting my sponsor up here. But I am very aware and conscious of not making a habit of I have to have the drink just to go live, or I have to get in this certain zone just to talk to people, or to I have to send the emails. I have to wake up and go about my day.
Again, it's all about being responsible, because if you're consistently showing up late, if you're consistently acting or you're acting at times disrespectful, whether it be on the air or whether it be with who you're communicating with, you could lose sponsors because they don't want to be associated with a negative trait, but if you're able to keep it together, there's a lot of people who still do what they do. They don't tell anybody about it. They do what they do, but they keep themselves together, at least for as long as they can.
Yeah.
Then they could keep going. But, when you have people believing in you, whether it be sponsors or managers or family or whatever, but, it's always about keeping it together. But like I said, there's a lot of great songwriters, a lot of great actors, a lot of great comedians, ball players. They do their shot of drugs or alcohol every now and again to deal with the pressures. Politicians, to help them function. But eventually, it always does catch up with you. Eventually, there's never a happy ending to it. A
Yeah.
happy. It might hold you for a while, but
My pops always said, whatever you do on the front end of your life, it'll come to you on the back end. Now that I'm at the middle of my life, I'm starting to take heed to those words. I'm like, okay, everything in moderation. Watch this, tone down that.
put it this way: can you still be as good as you are at doing what you do without the drugs or without the alcohol?
Yeah.
Think of it that way. Do you need that to help you get to that state of mind? See, and then if you feel that you constantly have to use that to get yourself to that place, well, eventually it becomes an addiction or an obsession. And then that's where, it ends up costing you, whether it be financially or costing your relationships or whatever. But when anything that becomes an obsession, it's, that's about losing control and stuff. So, there's many movies made of. One of the most interesting movies that I've ever seen, which I still find fascinating, it's about Johnny Depp. It's called Blow.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the name of the movie, Blow.
Yeah, one of my favorites.
Yeah. So, it's about a cocaine dealer or a person who learns how to, play the game. And you know, and there's a few movies like that out there with drugs, dealing with the cartels, with gambling, with it, you know. So for a while, you could be doing really, really, really well, and then eventually, people get sloppy with whatever it is that they're doing because the greed of it all ends up catching up with you because you want more and more and more of that juice, of that high, of that money, of that fame, of that whatever. So it eventually catches up with you, and then that's when people lose it, and then they come crashing down at the end. You know, there's, like I said, that's what see, but I call it, I don't mean to sound evangelistic, but it's almost like, you know, the devil will give you what you want. You know, you want that fame, you want that glory, you want that creativity, you want that unbelievable, that wonderfulness of everything. You know, he'll give it to you, and you use this drug or whatever it is you're taking to get you to that place at first. You know, it's an incredible high. And then all of a sudden you start losing control because of your obsessions.
Yeah. I've been in that actual
and
mind.
it bites you in the ass, you know.
I've been in that mind frame before where you're in that spiral and it's scary as fuck. I would know literally if I don't pull myself out this moment or do what I got to do to get up out of this rut, it's going to be bad. And that's a scary place to be. What would you say most of your clients, like, they come to you for maybe post-death? If you could break it down into like, maybe the Wall Street guy that loses his finances, you know, the guy who wants to.
People come to me for
those,
so many
you know,
different reasons. You know, people will come to me because of their love life. People will come to me to connect to their loved ones that passed away, to get messages. They want to know about their medical issues. People will come to me to know about their relationships, all different relationships. They want to know about their finances, about their job. They want to know about their kids. You know, there's so many things. You know, Artie, do you see me getting pregnant soon? So there's a lot of endless different reasons why people come to see me, for their own personal reasons. And not that I never went to college. You know, I never went to college to learn about anything. I went to a one weekend seminar to learn how to open up my heart and soul to the spiritual world. And just by doing it time and time and time and time again, I got to be better and better and better at it. And so here I am 34 years later. You know, now I have counselors who come to see me for answers, or therapists. So, or doctors or whoever, but besides the general public. And I'm not saying that I'm better than anybody. I've just learned, the reason why I know the answers that I know, it's not that I personally know it. I've just learned to open up my thoughts and my channels to the spiritual world. They're the ones that have all the answers, and they feed it to me. So there's no psychic or medium in the world that knows anything until the spiritual world feeds them the information. So it all depends on how good of a communicator and understanding person that you are to the spiritual world, the relationship that you develop with your angels. The better you are at being a communicator with them,
you think,
and the Holy Spirit, then the better of a psychic or medium you're going to be.
Does every individual have their own angel in your eyes, or is it?
Yes. Every single individual born has at least 2 guardian angels with them 24/7. Now, how you could make that more a part of your life, you literally ask them to intervene into your life. And that's the prayer that I say every single day. Every single day, this is the prayer that I say. I call upon all my guardian angels. Thank you for intervening into my life today. Thank you for helping me create peace, harmony, balance, and serenity. Thank you for all the love and all the prosperity and all the good health in my life. I graciously accept all your gifts and all the miracles you wish to share with me today, without any guilt, but with happiness in my heart. Thank you for all the beautiful white light, love, and protection over myself and my child, all my helpers, my close friends, and my family members. In the name of the Holy Spirit, amen. Now, and I also ask for forgiveness for anything that I might have done wrong to hurt anybody else. So when I say those prayers, I just go about my day and like just magic happens. I'll get calls for readings. I'll get calls for parties. I'll meet new people. New opportunities will open up for me. I feel like I'm very well protected when I'm driving or when I'm in harm's way. I feel like I'm very well protected.
Yeah.
And my angels watch out for me. Now, the reason why I ask my guardian angels to intervene into my life, because your angels are not allowed to intervene into your life unless if you ask them to. So when you ask for their help, they will. The reason why they're not, the only time an angel can intervene into your life when you don't ask them, if you're in a do or die situation and it's not your time to go, they will intervene into your life to save you because it's not your time to go. So, I ask them to intervene into my life because you have free will. God gave everybody free will. So an angel is not allowed to intervene into your life because it's your free will. But when you ask them to intervene, you're asking for their help, then they will help you
That's
in
interesting.
any way that you want.
Yeah. I've always felt like that, that there's, I believe in something, I don't know I don't really go with the whole normalcy of the Christian stuff, but I do realize that there's something, and but I've always felt protected. I've always known that I'm uh, safe. Like you said, when you're driving, there's been things in my life that should have led me to maybe jail or prison. Been in rollovers when I was a little boy. We were all in a rollover, and not a fucking scratch. And so, and even when but I don't necessarily ask every day. Um, but I still have this, I guess you would call it faith that, and a strong intuition. I've been in places where you get that feeling it's time to go, and then later on in the night, there's a bar fight or there's whatever happened. I've always been that guy to like just get that feeling or that thought, and I'm leaving, or I'm not going somewhere. Um,
But also when you surround yourself in an area of energy, dark energy or lower energy of people or atmosphere, you become your atmosphere. You can't grow to where you say you want to grow when you're constantly surrounding yourself
that low vibration.
with a lower vibration
Right.
of energy with people or your surroundings. So the more you hang out, so a lot of people, not a lot of people, I'll say some people who ask me, or do you find me, ever finding someone, in my life, but when they're always hanging around the local bars or in that kind of lower vibration, it's like you're not going to have a quality person
Yeah.
in your life. And then even if you were lucky enough to find somebody of that beautiful vibration, you won't even know how to keep it because you're only used to that lower vibration of energy of people or surroundings. So people don't even know how to respect people who really are that good because you're not used to it. A lot of people, too many people, grow comfortable in the uncomfortableness of life. They might say, listen, I might got shit, but at least I know the shit I got. So again, people grow comfortable in the uncomfortableness of what they know. And some people, hey, listen, misery loves company. Some people are happy at being miserable, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Some
No.
people are happy at being losers or being, at that lower vibration.
Yeah.
And that's their choice. You can bitch and complain all you want how life sucks, or bitch and complain how people how other people have more than you. But look at what they've done in their life to get what they got. It's maybe some people are just lucky enough to be born into a family with a silver spoon in their mouth, and kudos to them. It's just like a really good sports player, and other people have to work really, really hard to build up their physical abilities. And it's the same thing with school. Some people are just born with natural abilities of smarts and brains, and other people have to bust their ass for that B to get a B, let alone an A, you know? So it depends. How bad do you want something bad enough to overcome the challenges that are handed to you in your life? And, you know, you don't have a right to bitch and complain how life sucks if you're constantly allowing yourself to deal with people of a lower vibration or to deal in an atmosphere that doesn't support where you say you want to go.
Is that most of people you come across? Because I have that thought, that idea that at least in my generation, my peers, that a lot of us stay in relationships because of financial or because of, like you said, some sort of comfort level or uncomfortableness, and they fall into this. Do a lot of your clients have that issue? You know, are they coming?
Yeah, a lot of them do. Yeah, they become very emotional or financially codependent on their spouse or on their partner.
Right.
And even though they might not like them a lot or appreciate it or whatever, they choose to stay there because it's just the best thing for now.
Mm.
You know, but it's important to look at this situation. And if you look at it, you know what, this is just my stepping stone, or this is temporary. But some people look at it as a way of life, and they choose to stay miserable because they're afraid of going through a transition in life. They're afraid of changes. So when you go through changes in life, there's going to be some inconveniences you're going to have to deal with while going through a transition to get to a better place. You know, you have to be able to sacrifice a part of something that you're used to or that you like to be able to get to where you want to be. So, you know, it's like that saying goes, sometimes you have to take 3 steps backwards to move 7 steps forward.
Yeah.
You know, but if you're afraid to take the chance or take the risk, then you're pretty much so going to remain stuck.
Right.
You know, but you learn from your own experiences of the past, from your own mistakes, or you could learn from other people's mistakes. Those are the wise people. Wise people not only learn from their own mistakes, but they learn from other people's mistakes. And there was a saying that I read a long, long time ago, and it said, the wise people learn a lot from foolish people, but it's a rarity that foolish people will learn from the wise.
I like that quote. I like that quote. I think I'm up there with some of the wise. Shout out to Chaylee. Hello, how are the two of you? Thank you, Chaylee. We're here with Artie Hoffman. If you have a question or anything you want to drop for this gentleman, he is a psychic medium and he's on the line to answer questions as well. So that's
I'm a also known as a spiritual advisor and a life coach too. So
advisor.
You know.
All right. I like that, man. What's your outlook? If I was to ask you, like, what's the worst thing that's happened to you recently? Or, you know,
I ordered food and it didn't come out the way I wanted to.
right, 'cause in your mind, you process that, like, if it, you know, it's not a big deal. You're not going to dwell on nonsense, right? Because I was asked that question recently, and like what was the worst thing that happened to me last year? And the first thing that I thought was just I was driving, and the truck in front of me, a box fell off, hit my bumper, knocked off my bumper and this and that. He pulled over, came back, his insurance fixed it. It was fixed in a week. But a lot of people, you know, that would almost ruin their day or something right there, right?
Well, that's the secret to life. The secret to life is all of life is nothing more than a perception. Everything's as big as it is, and everything is as small as it is. Everything is as great as it is, and everything is as crappy as it is.
Yeah.
The bottom line is the situation, it still is what it is. It only is what it is according to the energy of what you give it. So if you allow it to really bother you, it could ruin your whole day or whole week. But if you could take something with a grain of salt and say, you know what, it's just temporary, or yeah, that sucked, but let's just get over and do something about it, or let me just switch or change,
Yeah.
then it doesn't have to be a big deal.
I just move right along, like things like
You
that.
try to move right along, right? So, but it takes time, strength, and wisdom to be able to have that concept.
Right. Chaley asks, may I please ask how my love life may look within the next couple of months? And I'm
And who is this girl?
Chaley from the YouTube live chat.
Does she want to know about a relationship, or does she want to know about a future love? So she needs to type that in, because there's different aspects of, I want to know about my love life. You need to be specific when you ask a question.
Okay. So yes. If you're out there, she puts that up there. Be specific. Yeah, I'm sure that's a very common thing.
Yeah. So all I'm saying is, you say you want to see what's going on in my love life with Chelsea, as far as do you. Like I said, I need to know, are you single, or are you in a relationship? Now you can say, well, you're a psychic, you're supposed to know this stuff, but no, it just helps me, zero in on the circumstances much better when I know what's going on, and then I could tell you.
I am single currently, was seeing a Capricorn, but that got complicated, unfortunately.
Okay. And what's her first name?
Chaley.
Chaley.
C-H-A-L-E.
All right, hold on a second, and I'll see what I could see for her.
Let the man do his work.
Okay, well, first of all, I don't feel like this, as you call it, a Capricorn. I'm not big into astrology aspects, but I could understand. I get the premise of it. That's fine. But I don't feel like this is the one. But I have a strong feeling there's going to be somebody new coming into her life that is really going to blow her away in a good way. But I feel like she has to be flexible with the other person's circumstances. She won't be able to have things just her way because of how this guy's family or his work life is. So she has to be, so I have a feeling his time availability might not be as available as she would like for it to be. And sometimes I feel like she could become a little too selfish on what she wants, but I feel like she lacks patience. But like I said, I feel like there's somebody who's going to come into her life who's really, really good for her. And he might be very, very popular with females, and she has to be very trusting. And I feel like that might be an issue also, as far as her trust issues. So he's a very nice fellow who's, who has a lot of friends, and some could very well be female friends. And she just needs to be, a little more patient. But yeah, I feel like so what I'm getting is it's going to happen in November. I feel like by November time, she's going to end up meeting somebody.
She did say that was the thing that just happened, what you're explaining. And so maybe that's that just happened, but she's gonna find another gentleman, huh? Okay.
Yeah, but I feel like I said, you're just going to have to learn to be patient, trusting, and and also make sure that your values are the same as each other. If one of you just want to have fun and the other one wants a long-term relationship, it's not going to work. If one of you wants children and the other one doesn't, it's not going to work, because there's going to be resentments within one another, because you want what you want and they want what they want. So if your overall goals are basically the same, and you just got to learn to, make little adjustments or be understanding and communicate with one another, and you'll be fine. But there needs to be trust in the relationship, because if you don't have trust in a relationship, I don't care how much you love the other person, you don't have a relationship. They don't deserve to be with you, or you don't deserve to be with them if you don't have trust within one another. because why walk around on eggshells all the time, wondering what your partner's doing when you're not around them? You want to be able to have your life. They need to have their life, and then you share your life together. And that's like a perfect, reunion. And, just because you like to do certain things and they like to do other things that you don't like, or you do things that they don't like, and that's fine. You just share time with other friends or family members and have your own life. And, so, and like I said, when it works for the both of you, great. And if not, then either do things on your own or do things with other friends or family members. And it's cool, but it's about learning to accept each other for who you are and not what you want the other person to be. Because if you're constantly expecting and demanding from another person and they're doing it for you, they're doing it out of obligation, not from their heart. You want somebody to do something from their heart because they love you, not just because it's expected or demanded upon them, and vice versa.
How, in your opinion, how important is it to, like you're saying, just love somebody for who they are, but at the same time, when you're young men and young women growing up, how important is it to pick that partner initially so you don't have those issues, if that makes sense? Because
Put it this way, like I said, a lot of, especially kids today, younger people, the younger generation today, I would say a majority of them, it's like it's a very double standard. They want to be able to see other people, but they don't want their partner to see anybody else, which is a bunch of crap, because like I said, the two of you need to be on the same wavelength. Either the two of you agree that it's monogamous, or the two of you agree that, hey, it's a fun time hanging out with each other. I don't care who you hang out with. You can be with whoever you want, and that's fine if the two of you are on the same page. But if one of you want a serious all-out relationship, but the other person isn't there, then I'm just telling you, you're wasting your time, because it's only going to create more hard feelings or bad feelings. And again, you got to make sure that your values, you share on the same values too. Mm-hmm. That's really important. You could get along. Listen, you can get along and go out with other people and have fun with them and go out drinking or go to the movies or go to the beach or maybe fool around and stuff. But, and that's all cool, so long as you're taking it just as friends and buds and buddies and, whatever, if you take it on the light side, but then if one of you, like I said, want a serious relationship, that holds another set of boundaries and responsibilities. So, but I feel like what I've noticed is that a lot of the younger generation, they want to have their cake and eat it too. They want to be able to hang time with a lot of people at their will, but yet when they really like someone, they want them to be loyal to them, but they don't give the same reciprocation in return, unfortunately. And then, I feel like a lot of values have been watered down and have been lost over the years with the younger generation when it comes to love.
Is it
and respect?
Is it okay, say, like, I don't know if you're familiar with the manosphere, these Kevin Samuels and even Andrew Tate as of recently, a lot of these guys who are preaching, like, let's say a man's in a situation, 24, 25, whatever, gets with this woman, or they're high school sweethearts, but let's say, people grow apart and this person, the woman in the man's eyes, she just isn't carrying her weight, or vice versa. You got some independent women out here that are going to work and the man staying home, smoking weed, playing video games, ain't providing a damn thing. Is it fair? I mean, at that point to, you're supposed to stick with them, but at the same time.
Wait. You said you're supposed to stick with them. Why are you supposed to stick with them?
Well, like in the general scheme of things, like I thought you kind of just said.
Wait, are you talking marriage at this point? Or are you just talking relationship?
That's interesting, because in my eye, okay, I consider damn near, if you have a kid, stay with the person. You know, like I have a I'm in a relationship for like 7-8 years, but I'll never get married. I just like I myself will never sign a contract in America for marriage. I won't do that. So, you know, I don't know. I guess my generation.
Well, never say never, but go ahead.
You're right. You're right. Hey, I'll fly outside the U.S. jurisdiction. No, but I would under very harsh circumstances. But yeah, but let's say marriage. You know, young couple does get married and they grow apart. So you know, is the man right in that situation? Say, hey, you know, I've put my bid in. I've stuck around. I've stuck it out. But now he's growing maybe spiritually, or let's say you know, two people that the man's more church based or Bible based, and he wants to get closer to God. The woman, she doesn't want to raise her kids going to church and under the man's guidance in God. You know, who's in the right?
Well, it could work both ways, but I understand what you're saying. It's not just about the guy being like that and the woman being like that. I mean, it's also role reversal where the woman could be more of the hard worker and the more religious type and the guy is hanging out. But I understand. So when one partner, so basically what you're saying, when one partner is more serious and more responsible and the other one isn't. Now, if they choose to stay together, then that's both their choices. It's not a right or a wrong, but the person who chooses to stay with the one who doesn't have drive, if you stay with a person who doesn't have a high sense of responsibilities, if you choose to still stay with that person, then you choose to accept the fact that you're not going to have maybe the quality of life that you wanted in the relationship or in life itself, because it takes two people to support one another to be in a happy, healthy relationship. You know, I feel like there are people who stay under those circumstances, what you just described, and I feel like they're surviving their life. I don't feel like they're living their life. And so that's a big, powerful. You know, that's a decision that they each have to agree upon on their own. Like I know someone specifically who's in that exact same situation that you just described. And one person does most of the work and handles most of the responsibility, and the other one just chooses to be on the video games and doesn't want to go to work. And so therefore they choose to live under very challenging times financially, and they can't go out and do much because it's one person doing the work to bring in the money, whereas for two people rather than just themselves. I mean, if you work on Wall Street or you're making big bucks, or again, you're supplied with family money or whatever, and right, you could survive that in a comfortable way, then, you know, God bless you, you know, but it all depends what the two of you are willing to accept from each other. I mean, personally, if I was in that circumstance, I don't think I would be a happy camper if my partner chose not to handle responsibilities. But also when our parents were growing up, on the most part, where it was the man who went out and worked. It's not like that now, but I'm talking back then, where the man went out and worked, but the woman was home working just as hard, taking care of the family, taking care of the kids, cleaning the house, you know, dealing with social itineraries, you know, so she can, you know, so there was a balance there, you know, but for one person, and also cleaning the house and all that other stuff and the laundry and everything. So there's a balance there when, you know, but so long as both parties, both people of the same relationship accept and agree and totally accept the fact that that's both their roles and they're okay with it, then that's fine. But if one person isn't okay with it, and then, yeah, you got a major issue on your hands.
Yeah. Chaley says, you know, she's more of an old school traditionalist and she believes life was most likely better in that way. I'm somewhat like that myself. You know, if I
thank
could,
you, Chaley. I'm reading some of Chaley's things, so thank you, Chaley, and I am acknowledging your comments. So, but good. I'm glad that you have strong values for Chaley. I'm glad you have strong values and that, you believe in what you believe in. And, again, it's great to hang out with friends, to have a good time. It doesn't mean that you have to marry them. I have friends who I love and adore. I don't know if I'd marry like 90% of them, 95% of them, but do I love hanging out with them and do I love them as friends? And it makes no difference what size they are, what color they are, what their financial status is. It makes no difference. It's, because that's not my role. The only time where it's a concern for me personally is when you're in an all out relationship with somebody, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband and wife, but as far as just, I have, high school friends who I just absolutely love and adore, but to hang out with them or to make their life more a part of my life, I don't think I would do that, just because, given the personalities and all, or their style of what they find to be important or what I find to be important. But I'm not judging them at all. It's just a matter of, personal decisions of, because you have your friends that are acquaintances and then you have friends that are in your personal circle. And the ones that you have in your personal circle are the ones that you love and trust the most. So, and that's fine, but you can't just allow anybody into that personal circle. And those people who do, they end up getting shafted by them or get screwed over because you give away your love and your trust too easily. And you're not making other people earn that love and trust.
Definitely. Definitely. In your family, I don't know if we got into it last time. Are you like any sort of black sheep in your family with what
I am definitely the black sheep in my family, no question.
Okay. So
and they will all tell you that.
Like at the family, like this last holidays, was there any uncomfortable, Thanksgiving or Christmas? Is it that like, oh, Artie, with his, median stuff, is it a weird get together? Or are they?
No, way my family and I, or my brothers and I, were very different. But my brothers and my sister, we all have a mutual respect for one another. We're all different in our own ways. My two brothers and their families, they're much more attached to one another as a family unit. I'm a part of the family unit too, don't get me wrong. But my values and the way I look at things, the way I live my life is much different than them. However, we still have a mutual love and respect for one another. We don't try to change one another. There are certain topics where we just don't discuss because we're just at different ends of the fence from one another.
Right. All right. I want to get on the you speak a lot about angels. Can we talk about demons or evil jinns for a moment? In your intuition and perception, is there like a also prayers or anything that you have to say to keep the evil entities out? And I ask that because I would assume in the spiritual realm in general, and I can attest to some, I guess, drug induced situations that I myself have been exposed to what I believe was the other side.
All right. So I know where you're going with this. So basically, again, what I'm saying to you is like when you put more energy into the white light, when you put more energy into God or put more energy into the angels or into the white light, when you're putting more energy into that, you're automatically dissolving the darker side because you're not giving it too much attention. You're not giving it hardly any attention at all. So if you're not feeding a situation, it's going to wilt or die. And that goes with any relationship in the world. Anything that you do not feed, it will eventually go away. It's just like your teeth. If you don't brush your teeth, if you don't take care of it, it's going to go away. But the ones that you do take care of, then it will remain strong. So when I say my prayers every day and I say, thank you for the beautiful white light of love watching over myself, my friends, family, yada, yada, yada. Mm-hmm. I'm automatically keeping myself in the white light, not worrying about the dark energy. I don't worry about it, because I know the angels have my back, or will put me out of harm's way, or will bring the right people or situations into my life to keep me safe and happy.
So like the people say that are into voodoo or Santeria and some of the darker arts, that's just as much real though, as far as like you believe that someone could put a hex on another person, whether it's using a piece of their clothing or stuff.
Yeah, like absolutely. Yeah, but then again, that's where the white light comes in to protect yourself.
Yeah. Okay.
So you can't stop somebody from doing something. But put it this way, I'll give you a perfect example. It's like you putting up a mirror in front of yourself, so somebody could throw at you some kind of negative stuff, but if you're putting the mirror up, it's bouncing off of you and going right back harder to them.
Has anybody came to you with some bad juju on them?
God, yeah.
They really thought that, hey, I need you to get this off me, or say a prayer or whatever.
Yeah.
Really? Okay. Because
some people are so negative that they think that even when I try to help them, they think that I gave them more dark energy or negativity. But that's not me. That's just their perception. I mean, I'm always trying to give people the white light and love and protection, and so but you bring on that negative energy. People bring on a lot of negative energy to themselves by accepting the lower energy of people or situations around them. So
are you into any sort of like do you sage, do you use crystals inside? I actually seen you sell on your website, right?
Yes. I use crystals and sage to keep myself protected, to keep myself grounded. I use it to generate more wisdom in my life. I use it to generate more money in my life. I use it to bring loving energy into my life. I use it for all positive reasons.
Yeah, I sage as well. I have a couple bars of like sandalwood. I love the smell of sandalwood.
Yeah, sandalwood is really good. Call it palo.
But yeah, I'm into all that as well. Essential oils and all that sort of really interesting. Do you in your circle, your immediate circle, do you find yourself around? Because I would throw you in psychics and spiritual advice.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear?
Now I could hear you.
Okay, we probably cut out. I said, in your immediate circle, who's your like professional peers? Are you hanging around, massage therapists and chiropractors and authors and, people that are into essential oils and, these sort of things? Who are some of your peers? If you're going to lunch, what sort of professions are going to be sitting at the table with you?
I have a variety. There's no set peers. I have everybody and anybody who, I have my spiritual friends, who are in the same realm that I am. I have friends that have no clue of spirituality, that they're just regular, wonderful people. As far as they work for public service, people who are electricians, people who are plumbers, people who are just really good moms. It's a variety. I don't just only hang out with certain people. So long as they're good people, those are the kind of people. Anyone who's in my tight circle of friends, you would say, wow, Art, this person's really cool. This person's really cool. Anyone who I hang out with, they're all really, really nice people. And I mean that. They all have a kind heart. They're all spiritual on some level. But as far as, I only hang out with doctors or lawyers or priests or rabbis or, no, there's no such thing as that. It's just a matter of, so long as they're nice people, those are the kind of people that you'll see around me. Nice people. And on the most part, most of them have a pretty good sense of humor too.
Yeah. Nice vibe, good sense of
Good
humor.
vibrations. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I'm all about. I mean, put it this way: the whole evening we spoke, all serious about certain topics and stuff. And just because I'm known as a comedian or I'm known to be funny, I'm not always on as funny, and I'm not always on as just being psychic. I am also a real person as well, and I talk about certain serious topics, like we spoke about life, about love, about relationships. And that's just the way this went. See, I never knew. I had no clue what I was going to talk about with you today, just like I don't know with any other interview. I don't know what the topics is going to be, because every single time is different. And it's the same thing when I do private readings for people, because I do private readings for all individuals, whether it be in person or over the phone. I'm just as accurate over the phone as I am in person. I never know what I'm going to say to the person until the moment starts happening. I pick up on their energy. And I also do parties where, people hire me to go to their homes and I read for their friends and family. And I do events, I do fundraisers, I do a whole bunch of different stuff. And yeah, so and if anybody, ever wants to get a hold of me, they could email me at artiehoffman@gmail. And also, if anybody wants to call for a reading or a party, and I also do gift certificates. So, but if people want to get a hold of me, it's 732-778-7173. So, and I have artiehoffman.com if you wanted to know more about where I'm going to appear or a little bit more about me. And every single morning, I have inspirational messages on my Facebook or on my Instagram, Artie Hoffman. And I give out inspirational messages to start off each day. So
Beautiful. Yeah, I got you on Facebook, and I'll have all your stuff in the description and everything. What's a general outlook for 2023, just as us as human beings? I mean, if you watch the news, there's a whole bunch of fear factor and everything going on. But besides that, are we still okay as humans? Is everything going to be okay?
people need to no people are getting more fearful. People are becoming more fearful. The news is a lot of propaganda. I don't believe in most of the news that is on TV and stuff. Most of it, I believe, is propaganda, and then all they talk about is negative bull crap, to keep people in fear and in control. So, and financially, I feel like the overall system is going to be more challenging this year in 2023. Financially, I feel like the market is not going to be strong, with the stock market or real estate, with interest rates and everything else. So, it's very important to keep your faith. It's very important to remain a good person, to keep a positive attitude. And you just need to be more of a hustler. Don't play yourself as a victim in life. All right. You just need to become a little more clever, a little more wise. And what are you willing to do to, get ahead? So, I feel like it's going to be challenging this year, for a lot of people, but, you just gotta, do what's best for yourself and always try to be the best person you could be. And don't put your life in the hands of somebody who consistently will let you down or who will consistently lie to you. Don't put your hands and your life into somebody who you don't respect or don't appreciate. You need to, just keep your thoughts positive, and you surround yourself with positive people in a positive environment, and things are going to go more your way and miracles will happen in your benefit. Just because you don't see instant results doesn't mean things are still not going your way. You just need to believe. And this, but unfortunately, I have to move on right now.
Yeah, absolutely. No problem, man. I appreciate you coming back. When's the next time you're going live on your channel? In case Chaley or anybody wants to go and follow you and check out what you have going on.
Yeah, Sunday evening. Well, this Sunday I'm not, because it's the Grammy Awards.
Okay.
So I'm going to do it Monday night. But normally it's every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. I do my Angels and Answers Facebook Live show. I do free readings for an hour.
Okay.
And that's Sunday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern time. But the next 2 weeks, I'll be doing it on Monday nights, because the next week is Grammys and the following week is the Super Bowl. So I'm not going to challenge either of those.
Right. All right.
So I'll be there on Monday. And I want to thank you very much for having me on your show.
Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Definitely, we'll have you back a third time before the year's over, man. I appreciate the conversation, and best of luck to you. You have a good rest of your night, man.
Thank you so much. I wish you all the best.
All right.
Artie, all right, stay well.
Bam. Artie Hoffman, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. That was a good interview. Artie's second time on. The first time, go to the video description and on YouTube, and he is episode number 40. So 14 weeks ago, we had Artie on. And my co-host was with me that night. I rock solo tonight. Shout out to Brother Ray G, though, nonetheless. Now, where do we go from here? And shout out, man. Thank you, Chaley, in the building. Oh, and then we have Cindy Riddle popping in over on Facebook. Shout out to you. Any relation to Jesse Riddle? Oh, Cindy Moreland. Okay. Shout out to Cindy and Chaley up in the live chat. Do you have a schedule? Was that for Artie Hoffman? Our schedule here at Harris's Drinking Again podcast is live every Thursday night at 8 p.m. We've been doing it for 54 weeks in a row. Next week, episode 55. Same place, same time. Coming in March, though, when the time does change again, we do 9 p.m. But I'm not going to say too much, but I personally will be going through a relocation process sometime this year. So I'm actually going to be back on the Pacific time zone. Back home, baby. Right now, I'm up in the mountains on this mountain time. Well, let's switch up this music here. Harry's Drinking Again podcast. Yeah. Like that. But yes, and I have a calendar myself, but where I do the guess. Cherry said, I'm in Utah. Oh, dope. Shout out to Utah. Yeah, that's where I'm currently streaming from right now. So shout out to you. If you're not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button and tap in with us. I've been putting down for Utah all year. Harris is Drinking Again. But now I'm from Nevada. I will be going back home to Nevada. So, next door to Cali, shout out to Cali, but I'm a Nevada boy. And so, yeah, we up in the mountain time zone. One says never let the world know your plans and your moves and stuff. So I will never give up the day or whatever. But yeah, this year, man, it's my goal, my vision. I will be back home, Nevada. Uh-oh. Me and Brother Ray G. I got plans to we're gonna rent a building somewhere, and we're gonna build a studio. Harris Drink It Again Media Company LLC. We're gonna do this thing. Just like all these other content creators. Shout out to Anton Daniels as well on YouTube. He just bought did a $30,000 upgrade to his already existing studio downtown Detroit. Thing looks spectacular, and that's what we're gonna work toward. Max, and put together a fucking creative warehouse, creative studio, and put on for other artists as well as ourselves. And with the nonprofit that Brother Ray is involved with, we can do something for the kids too, man. The youth of Reno, you know, give them a place to record, come after school, fuck around with film, teach them about cameras, teach them how to edit. Like that's one thing that's missing in schools. You know, they took away the trades, and it's community people like ourselves that's gonna have to put those communities back in the community. You know, and I actually encourage a lot of podcasters, entrepreneurs, man. If you guys got studios, don't just be selfish and keep it to the homeboys and all the rappers, man. Let these young kids come over and fuck with Pro Tools and fuck with Final Cut. Play up on your garage band, you know. DaVinci, Photoshop. You know, I think that'd be dope. Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. New subscriber button. I don't know why my shit's not working. It's supposed to pop up on the screen and give you like a shout out when you subscribe, but I don't know. Shit's fucking around. Nevada's the shit. I'm not much of a poker man. I do the blackjack 21 and a little roulette, and then I just hit the video slots. You know, I'm not much of a gambler. I'll place a couple sports bets. I do the parlay. But other than that, I just be at the blackjack table. That shit's fun. Or the video blackjack poker. Or video black. But when I do play poker, I like to play poker just, you know, around gentlemen at the house. You know, in somebody's basement. You got some fine whiskey and a cigar. Man, or, you know, some blunts or some joints. Invite me over for the poker tournament show. But yeah, I appreciate it. Shout out. I do the same thing in Kentucky. You get shout out to you for 5,000 followers. Cindy Riddle Moreland. What do you do to have 4,900 followers? Are you a content creator as well? Is that what you're saying? Excellent. I'll give you another follow. You probably coming in from the Facebook page. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Blackjack is fun. I love poker. I played for 20 years. I lived in Oregon before here. I fucking love Oregon. I used to live in Seattle for a little bit after I left Reno. When I was about 19, I went to Alaska. I did the fishing boat experience, Dutch Harbor and all that shit out of Anchorage. I mess with Rogue River, Oregon. And what's that town? Asheville. Is it Asheville or Ashland? Ash County, some shit. That fucking town in Rogue River. Beautiful, beautiful fucking place. Love that shit. And the whole vibe up in Oregon. Although I hear right now, I'm crazy, man. Fucking same thing that's going on everywhere. People running around crazy, looting, doing dope on the streets. I don't know. But they got the legal shrooms over there, man. Shout out to Colorado and fucking Oregon. And I think Washington, right? They got the legal shrooms. You could get the honey sticks. Man. Legalize psilocybin everywhere. Just do it. I love shrooms. I'm gonna shroom again here in a couple weeks. Oh, if you want a fun episode to check out, go watch the TNR. It's called Psilocybin Effect. Look in the video description. Psilocybin Effect. It's the episode 30. I do an episode on shrooms. But if you want to see the clip of the show, it's the Psilocybin Effect. It was amazing. Started off scary. I was going to end the show, and then it just smoothed out and turned into one of my best episodes fucking ever. So shout out to Oregon and everybody else. Dated a fisherman. Yeah, I'm sure you did, girl. You like a little roughneck fisherman, huh? Yeah, I feel it. I still have my hoodie from Dutch Harbor, Alaska. The what's it called? Alaska fish supply or something like that from 13 years ago. Excuse me. It's one of my favorite hoodies. It's durable as fuck. Paid like $100 for it back then. But that thing's so warm and I still wear it around. So Kodiak. Yep. I used to be in Kodiak, Dutch Harbor, Anchorage. What's the other one? Kitska or Kitskak? Kitska, because there's Kodiak, Kitska, Dutch Harbor. And I was out of Anchorage. I went to Juneau one time. I was on some leisure shit. Fucking Juneau in June. That shit was beautiful. My God, it was like 55, 56, maybe 60, and just fucking beautiful, lush green. Oh my Lord. I had a great time. By tomorrow morning, you'll be working in Alaska. I'll go back to Alaska. I'd love to own a piece of property in Juneau or Anchorage, right outside somewhere in the summertime, like a summertime flat out in the woods somewhere. And I go out there for a month or two, and then I come back to the States. It gets too cold. That's one of my dreams. Ketchikan. Okay. Is it Ketchikan? I thought it was Kitska. Okay. But yeah, one of those ketchups. Ketchup, Alaska. And then one time when I was selling back, when we would steam back from Dutch Harbor to Seattle, I go out on the deck, and there was this fucking, I think it was almost leaving Seattle. You go through this like strait, like the Bering Strait or whatever, and it's like, that's like movie shit, man. You just don't see normal shit like that. It was one of the dopest experiences of my life. But both sides are these beautiful, cavey, rocky mountains, and it's like this narrow passage, and there's steam and fog and fucking, it was just like incredible. Fucking beautiful, man. Oh shit, that was tight. Going down memory lane. And have some Grundens sweats and a sweatshirt. Grundens, yep. Grundens overalls, yep. You know what's up. And we always come back with a big old beard and shit. The dopest thing was all the men would everybody goes on the boat fresh, shaved up and shit, and then we just let ourselves go, come back 90, 100 days later looking like a big old burly man. It's crazy. But I used to love that though. And then some guys would shave, they're going home the next trip, because they would they'd be shaving, getting all fresh. I just stayed grimy all the way till I got home. Then I go to the barber, go get me a massage, go get me a little pedicure or something, get a little petty. Your feet be fucked up after 100 days on the Alaska boat, so you got to get a petty if you're a man. And then massage your feet a little bit. Man, work out those trigger points. Shit was dope. All right, let's get some beats going up in here. Thanks for the interaction tonight. We really appreciate it over here on the Heritage Drink It Again podcast. Hopefully y'all come back again, because we had different guests. We had Tommy Chong, Gianni Russo. We've had Larry Hankin, Mark Christopher. We got a couple actors, different people that come on the show. A lot of local artists. And if it's not nobody, me and my co-host, Brother Ray, rocking. He'll be up with us. I think me and Brother Ray are going to do an off-the-cuff show. We have these other shows that we call them off-the-cuff. If it's not a Thursday night and we go live, it's off-the-cuff. And that's when we just literally, like, we'll be on the phone, and I'm like, bro, we've already wasted 20 minutes. Like, let's just do a podcast. If I'm going to sit on the phone for another fucking hour, I'd rather just go live. At least make some content. Shout out to El Mayor as well. Fuck, this is good tequila. Yeah. The crazy thing about being on a boat, for one, I don't swim. And I'm scared of water. Like, I don't know how to swim. I don't go off diving boards. It's still on my bucket list. I want to learn how to swim. I want my son to learn how to swim, so he doesn't grow up like a bitch like I am with that fear. But I just figured when I was out there in Alaska. And they even tell you, like, if you fall into the water without your survival suit, you're pretty much fucked. You're going to freeze up in shock. They're not going to be able to turn the boat around. But if you go in your survival suit, I think you still only maybe got like 8 hours to be in that motherfucker. So I just looked at it. Well, if the boat sinks, I mean, I'm dead. Fucking, I'm dead. So, but the swells, I remember like kind of falling asleep on the galley or some shit one time, and a big ass wave. I wake up and the window's just black. And I'm like, oh, and I freak out. And then like 2 more seconds, we go up, and it's just pure light. And I'm looking out, and then motherfucker come back down. Wave. Oh man, that shit was intense. Scared me for a minute, and then you just sit with yourself, and then you actually understand how small you are, like how similar to fucking my DMT experience, but not way different. But you understand how meaningless you are in the world, and to some degree, like there'll be birds out there. Like, how the fuck does this bird get out there on the boat and shit? Ain't nothing. He has to keep flying all the way back to land, or what the fuck? Been in a storm. They had to tow the boat. The Japanese came to save us. The Japanese, they tied our ship to their ship, and saying we just rocked out for a couple hours until the storm cleared, and they fucking like towed us for a little bit, whatever. And then the Coast Guard came and hooked their shit up, towed us back to shore. Really interesting. And I would advise anybody, because there's a couple females that work out there, but not really. It's really a man's job. If you're gonna go work on a boat, you're gonna get fucking lusted after. The two women that did work on the boat, man, I couldn't even imagine being locked up or no crazy shit for a long extended time. Because what you would hit on the streets after not getting nothing and literally being on a boat, like even after 60 days, man, like we would go into the dock and shit, and we see these fat ass Eskimos, Eskimo bitches, pretty rough looking women, and they start looking good, man. So that was a trip. I was like, but yeah. So if you're a woman, man, stay away from the boat. Of course, you want to play the cards right, and you want to sleep with the engineer or the captain. You don't want to sleep with the dirty, grimy fisherman that sleeps below the deck. You ain't gonna get no props. 10-1, yeah. It's fucking rough. And I'm sure that's the state, right? Or probably on the fishing boat, even worse. So we would get off, and we would call the taxi. Everybody in Dutch Harbor knows what the taxi is. Huh? Little rub and tug on your way to the store, huh? Savages. Little rub and tug.
Nigga that we giggle at. Gold all on my mouth look like a chandelier. I'm about to disappear and make 100 grand appear. I'm about that cash money stunting like my daddy ho. Out in public, let me poke it on the patio. Couple shots of Henny, baby, I'm with anything. And if that nigga run up on me, let the see me sing. I'm playing.
Fuck Hennessy. Trash.
Just for my clients, baby, hit me on my other phone. Pinstripe magic jersey like I'm Hardaway.
But I'll recant my statement if they paying me.
I hop out fresher than a bitch. I'm like, what's happening? No, you can't hold me, ho. I'm busting out the packaging. Hey, and I put it on Caesars. All I got is certified trunk beaters. Charge a couple cool K for the features. It ain't about the money, then you probably can't reach us. Hey, and I put it on mamas. Do it for the soul, for the fam and the commas. Don't act, be chill with the dramas. All you gotta do is be you and be honest.
Yeah, man. Alaska's crazy though. Alaska is a trip. So Oregon and then now Utah. Interesting.
You and her DM, I'm in her mouth, we not the same.
What brought you to Utah before we get out of here? I'm gonna keep rocking. I'm a stickler with my time. I gotta round out. We gotta do we'll be here for a couple hours. I can rock this shit 25 more minutes. You know, let me say this. Thank you very much for your interaction. And to everybody that is a subscriber of this channel. And shout out to Twitch. Shout out to fucking Facebook and Twitter. This is our second episode going live on Twitter. You can find us at Hide a Podcast on Twitter, everywhere. Hide a Podcast. A year ago, we started the channel. I started the channel. And it's turned into something that I had no idea that it would turn into. But now that we're getting, I have a publicist, and now that we're getting guests, but there is going to be some changes in the next couple of months because my personal situation is changing, but because I'm starting to see the value that I've created, and I'm trying to bring value instead of just being. That's why, yeah. Shout out to Valuetainment. But the value is in a lot of the guests that we have. They can come in here and spout out their wisdom and their knowledge of things. But I appreciate time. I appreciate people's time. To the guests that have been on the show, to the people that tune in and watch, like, listen, you know, and we want some more negative reviews too. There's not enough negative. The show can't be that fucking great. We do need some motherfucking fuck you emojis and, you know, some harsher criticism to keep me on my game. Because I have a tendency to get too in my head. I think that what I'm doing is right. When a lot of times it might not be right. And the truth is, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. A year in, still don't. But the fact that week after week, these opportunities keep presenting themselves, I keep showing myself and being consistent. That's what's giving me the faith to go on. So, thank you. That's all I'm going to say. And there is going to be some minor changes in the scheduling and some of the shows. I'm going to start doing. This is going to be one of the. We're always going to do a Thursday night live rant. We started and go finish. Now we're going to do 104 shows in a row. I won't stop. I'm going to do another 52 shows, which we only have 50 left to go. To do 2 years straight live every Thursday, not missing a beat, no matter what, for 1 hour every Thursday night. We do a show, but in between then, I'm going to start pre-recording my guests and spending more time editing and doing research for the guest. The live review is nice. The live interview is nice. Freestyle interview off the cuff. But going forward, one of the changes that I'm going to bring is I'm going to do a lot of more of our guests behind the scenes, pre-recorded. And the Thursday night will stay the same. Brother Ray G will be with me most nights, every night, every weekend, except tonight. And then a lot of the pre-recorded, we're going to put those out as we see fit. And when we do link up in person, the whole brand is going to change because we're going to be live in studio every week. And from there, other content is going to come out of it and grow out of it. Come out of it. Yeah. We got a couple tours to take of some breweries, distilleries. I've been talking about that. But when I do touch down home, the drone's going to be up in the air and more content, an array of content, not just interviews, not just live shows, but we're going to really put together some nice videos with local artists. And I can't wait to go downtown Reno. They got the art stroll down there now. All the buildings are nice. It's all gentrified, Midtown. And I'm going to do some footage out there and put together like a little Reno vlog. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be fucking awesome. Are you an air sign? I am an earth sign, baby girl. I'm an earth sign. Yes, yes. Can you guess it? Can you guess it? I'll let you know. See if you can guess it. Now the let me tell you my views on astrology. I fuck with astrology a little bit. I think it's like 50-50. If I have to be honest, like for sure, like probably like 70-30. 40-60. I do think there's something there with the times, with the alignments of the whole universe and all that stuff. In Chinese, my sign in American, whatever, Western astrology. And so a Taurus, no. I am one of the most common signs, I believe. One of the most common. Adam, I share the month with Adam Sandler, you know what I'm saying? Michael Jackson, Charlie Sheen, Ludacris, Nas, Beyonce, fucking hella motherfuckers. Yeah. Virgo in the house. Yeah, September 3rd, baby. But I do like the one you read in the paper, or if you go to just astrology.com, I think that one's like a 70-30, like 70 bullshit, 30, you know, it's got some useful stuff. I've had my chart read once because I went to massage school, so I was hanging around those hippies. You know, they're into the essential oils, and the one was like she was like a astrologist, and she was a massage therapist. But I'd like to have it read again. Is that what you do for a business? Astrology, I've studied for about 4 years. If you'd like to come on the Heritage Drink to Get podcast, we've never had an astrologist. Let's talk some fucking signs. That'd be cool, because I want to talk with different professions across the board, not just music, not just artists, not just rappers or actors, because that gets kind of boring. And I want to get these different professionals. I'm trying to get this chiropractor on here, and that's a whole different thing. I want to get a somebody, that has some schooling and some shit. I don't know. I was thinking it'd be cool to interview an eye doctor, or just something fucking random, a foot doctor, a reflexologist. You know, I like reflexology. The first time I had reflexology done, that shit made me sick as fuck, because this bitch really worked out some shit that I had in my body. I went home that night. It was coming out both ends. Diarrhea for like 2 days, throwing up, sick as fuck. Like Schmovid sick. Like the second Schmovid or whatever 2 years ago. And, you know, like the body aches and all that stuff. But then after that, I didn't get sick for like 2 years. And like, I was so good. So there's something to reflexology, man. They say the foot's a map of the body and everything. This bitch was like, and you know, the Virgo sign too is ruled by the intestine, the small, I believe it's a small intestine. And so our gut, Virgo's in our gut, and you know, our digestive system, right? If I'm on to that, I did my little studies as well, you know, I fuck with it. But I do have a great digestive system. Or is it the liver? It's one of them. It's one of the, I think it's the kidney. Fuck, I don't know. It's the kidney or the liver or the small intestine. But it's the one that helps filter alcohol as well. Maybe that's why I'm so blessed. I can sit here and drink. And but I got a great digestive system. Even though sometimes I eat like shit. And I've always been able to cleanse myself out. So I do think there is something with that. I do think there is. I have a Virgo moon and rising. I thought Virgo in second, guess myself. Yeah. I think those ones are for, you know, the paper, and you know, it's fun. And there's some app, some bullshit app that all the girls try to get me to download. And it's entertaining for sure. It's entertaining. But on a deeper level, and maybe how even Artie was saying, anything that you put your energy into, that shit's real. Or it could be real for the individual. So if you're out there rocking with the astrology, you know, I don't knock nobody, man, honestly, because I don't believe in a lot of shit in the general. I'm more of an Eastern guy. Even though I'm born off in the West, I love Eastern remedies. I like the Eastern way of thinking. You know, drink tea before you take a pill. Cleanse the area. You know, I like candles, incense, sage as well, sandalwood. I'm into all that stuff. I think there's something to it for sure. I like that. Oh, we got Brother Ray in the building, man. Yeah. Holding it down. I'm holding it down, man. I'm holding it down. Interacting with the live chat. We got Chaley in the building. We got Brother Ray G up in the building. It's been a good night, man. It's been a good night, you know. Almost on the last sip of the night. I don't think I've hit this button enough. Harry's drinking again. Podcast. It's really smooth. I'm a bartender by trade. Been doing that the last 5-6 years. Shout out to hospitality workers. But I know my shit. You know. And then one thing I don't do is cheat myself on alcohol anymore. I know this is how I know I'm not a full-blown alcoholic. I'm so particular into my vices, right? That if they don't have something, I get stuck on the flavor or a taste. I wake up and my brain tell me, I want to sip this tonight. I won't sip. I went to the liquor store and I was like, I want some vodka. Because I was going to sip a salty dog. Because I want a little salt and shit tonight. That's vodka grapefruit with the salted rim, if you don't know. Great breakfast drink. But then I'm like, nah, my body's really craving some tequila and a little brew. And I literally have to do that for my brain to, like, if I would have gotten whiskey tonight, I would have still been sitting here sipping whiskey, not satisfied. I would have had that tequila crave. And I probably would have went to buy some tequila tomorrow still. That's how I know I'm not a super alcoholic. And if, like, I won't drink Jim, Jack. Shout out to Beeline, man. Motherfucking Beeline. Sent me a goddamn picture. He over there drinking McCormick vodka. Oh, man. Where's my womp button? Where's the womp button? Jesus Christ. I said, man, you over there that cheap shit, man. Goddamn. I'm literally talking about I don't need to drink that much. If you invite me over to your crib and you have some well vodka, like we're talking Taka, McCormick, what's the one with the S? Not Stoli. This is a mid. Shout out to Stoliciana. This shit right here, what the old winos drink, alpha grade. Don't give you no hangover. It's that good shit. It's a good cheap shit. Popov. What was that one with the S? It's a red bottle. It's got that white. Not Smirnoff. That's horrible too. But if you're drinking Jose Gold, any of those low class, Lord Calvert. Oh God. I won't drink. I will not drink. I will refuse to drink. I won't do it. Now, if I'm somewhere and I'm just like whiskey Coke, you know, I don't drink Coke, but you know, whiskey ginger ale, and they throw some Lord Calvert, that's my dumb ass. Bartending, you know, 101 for adults. You have to specify your alcohol. If you go to a bar and you just say, I want a rum and Coke, I mean, most likely you're gonna get Bacardi in the shit. But let's say if you at whiskey Coke, they're pulling the Lord Calvert, they're pouring out the a Canadian Host. Motherfucking E&J. I used to drink the E&J. But you're getting well, so you got to specify. I drink no less than Makers, Bullet, some Knob Creek. I'm a snob, you know. I'm a liquor snob, right? Some Don Julio, but when I'm too cheap to get to Don Julio, El Mayor, Hornitos is a great mid-level tequila. El Jimador, then you got your Casamigos and your fuck Patron, but your Patrons, your Dons, your Casamigos. What's the new one? Casadores. That's not too new, but Casadores. I really like Casadores. But anyway, the point fucking is, don't drink cheap. That's one thing, man. All the people got bad stories and stuff because the liquor, you really got to pay the money for the spirit. Drinking a spirit, and they put low grade demonic spirits in the cheap shit, and they put the high vibration, almost angel-like beings in the top shelf shit. So you got to pay for your alcohol, and you won't have any problems. Long rant. Yeah. Shout out to Chaley. I bartended for 15. Yeah. Yo, we got a lot of coffee. Did you ever bartend? And I'm like, I got you 1.5 ounces, brother. I got you 1.5 ounces. Utah double, brother. Utah double. Yep. What was a Utah double? And then that starts a whole conversation at the bar. And I'm like, yes, because I'm going to talk to this motherfucker because I just initiated it, So it's really interesting being a bartender in Utah. I can't wait to go back to Nevada. And Freeport, baby. Yeah, give me them tips. Like in Utah, you can't do shit. But Nevada, okay, they got a little 20 on the thing. Shit, I'm pouring a little extra for this motherfucker. Hey, you need anything else? Let me know, bro. Double Long Island's coming up. Grey Goose ain't bad. Okay, when it comes to vodka, though, I'm only doing Tito's and Stoli, and my favorite, because I really want them to sponsor the fucking podcast, New Amsterdam. When we're talking mid-level vodkas, I drink a lot of New Amsterdam. It's $6.99 for the half pint. You're talking $15.99 for the liter, right? Pint, liter, whatever, the fifth. And then you can get a gallon of that shit for like $25. So New Amsterdam, mid-levels again. It's good stuff. But Tito's, handmade crafted vodka, America's #1 vodka. But Gianni Russo, on Monday, when you watch the interview, Gianni Russo, I'm gonna be drinking Don Corleone vodka, organic vodka. Shout out to Gianni Russo, man. I'm trying to get that Don Corleone over. I looked for it in the liquor store today. They didn't have none. Hey. Shout out to Brother Ray, man, drinking that lavender chamomile tea. I can't hate on no lavender chamomile tea, man. That sounds good too, baby. One of my remedies, this is what I do at work all the time. I drink a lot of coffee and shit, right? I drink a lot of water, whatever, alcohol. But I go there, I get the hot water, straight lemon, squeeze like hell of lemons, and some honey. And I ask the cooks, give me some cayenne pepper. Honey, lemon, cayenne pepper. And I just down that bitch. Like a straight shot. Gets, opens up your shit. Gets to flushing all that stuff out. We need to get some tea sponsors, some good health sponsors. Athletic Greens. Go to athleticgreens.com and use promo code HIDA Podcast for 15% off your order today. Huh? Come on, man. Alpha Brain on it. Come on. I've taken them bitches too, because Joe Rogan told me to 10 fucking years ago. I also bought your fucking shroom tech. Yeah. Because I thought it was real shrooms and didn't, But I was stupid back then. I didn't read. I've always read, but I didn't read back then. No, I didn't read the bottle. I thought these motherfuckers were really selling shrooms and shit. It did have great cardiovascular benefits, though. Stolies, you got it right. Shout out Chaley. Called you Chaley. Jalen is another one of our recent subscribers. No, Chasen. That was her name. Chasen. Stupid gun would jam up. Fucking Freeport. Yeah, I work at a place where they don't keep track of the liquor tabs. I could pour doubles all day if I wanted to, but I'm at a place where they don't come in too often. But yeah, man, when I first moved here, I got a Class B misdemeanor because the DABC chose to do a sting operation on a night where I was the only server / bartender on the floor. And they came in about within the last 30 minutes of closing. 2 girls. One was of age, one was not. I didn't look at the ID clearly, so that was the first bust. And the one ordered a cranberry vodka. The other one ordered a beer. I sat the beer to the one that wasn't 21. That was my first violation. And then she asked for another cranberry vodka, and I brought that one before she was finished with the first one. Now, in my head, bitch, she's finished with it. It was like less than this. I mean, it was like, like you could barely see any purple in the motherfucker. It's like ice, melted ice. So I'm just like, boom. So I set it down. I turn around, go do my shit. Boom. Look at the clock. Think we're going to close. I come back around, and there's 2 officers like standing there at the table, and I was like, oh, motherfuckers, what's this bullshit? And yeah, they busted me for not checking ID properly. The bitch was like 2 months, but the date was one of those just stupid dates. I just, and I didn't look at it that I'm busy, motherfuckers. You're gonna come pull this bullshit on me. He was a dickhead officer, but he's like, I could give you a Class A, which is a higher fine, and so, but he's like, and I was like, bro, I just moved here from Las Vegas, man. I said, my bad. You're right. I didn't look at, because they said, is this the girl that you ID'd? I said, it could be. I don't know. I mean, I'll be honest. I looked at the ID, like 21. She's almost 21, 2 months, whatever. And so he gave me, he's like, well, since you're new to this state, I'm going to give you a Class B misdemeanor. But something it better not happen again. I was just like, all right, thanks, bro. And the whole time I'm doing this, I'm trying to check these motherfuckers out and close up shop. So that was my introduction to Utah and their fucking ridiculous liquor laws. Yeah. That was that. And then, but that's done and over with. I ain't got nothing on my record. I'm a good boy. I got caught with weed twice in this fucking state. But that's off my record too. Clean slate, been a clean slate. I ain't caused no trouble, officers. And I got my alibi every Thursday night. I'm sitting right here on the Harrison Drink It Again podcast in the comfort of my home. Just sipping. I didn't even do no puffing tonight. I'm going to do some puffing when I get off. Oh, what the hell? Let me fucking take a puff right now. CBD. Yeah. I got some of the gas station's finest CBD right here. Calming effects. Visit Mood. Can I get a Mood sponsor? Visit Mood. Use promo code HIDA for 10% off. The finest all-natural CBD products. Go check out the Puffin with an Icon. Latest video up on the channel. Hopefully there's more of those to come. I would like to start a whole Puffin with an Icon series. And Tommy Chung will be the first guest. Next, I want Willie Nelson. Snoop, of course, but honestly, man, I want to kick it with Red and Meth over Snoop. Sorry, Uncle Snoop. I don't know, man. Maybe that's my pessimistic. Like Snoop's just he's like in the stratosphere. He's just like, you know, he's a man too, but I feel like Red and Meth would come on the podcast before Snoop, just of who they are. You know what I'm saying? Puffin with an Icon, new series, huh? Let's make that pop. Reach out to some stoners. We'll get Burner. We'll get Wiz Khalifa. That'd be fantastic. All right, tomorrow night, I rock 2 hours. I busted 45 by myself, held it down. Thank you for the interaction and live chat. Oh, you made it so much easier when I can talk to the live chat. Yeah, I could sit here and talk to myself, but I look like a crazy person. I do that anyway, you know? This is what we like to do on the Harris Drink It Again podcast. It's a community. I was calling it Hi to Crew. I don't see the lady in the live chat. She birthed the Harris Clan. Hashtag Harris Clan. And then wherever you're from, put your area code at the end of the clan. Yeah. We're going to start a motherfucking movement. What was it? Beyonce got the Beehive. Minaj got the, the puppets or the Barbies. What are they? The Barbies. And then Star with the Troll Babies. Look at the Harris Clan. Huh? Harris Clan. Hashtag Harris Clan up in the building. Tomorrow night, I will be on Rico. And we ain't a fucking platform. Do what the fuck I want. Stay up on here and talk a little bit of shit. Can you see the screen? Can you see the screen? Let's give some love. Let's give some love, man. Tomorrow night, I'm going to be on this gentleman's podcast here, man. And also, this was the cat that made the Tommy Chong possible. Shout out to Steve Joyner as well, man. That's my publicist, man. I didn't know he wanted to be publicly recognized. But shout out to Steve motherfucking Joyner of Thresher PR. Huh? Hooking me up with some motherfucking hitters. But anyway, Rico Podcast, 562 followers. I'll be up on his show tomorrow night. That's this gentleman right here in the right corner. He's a former interpreter, fucking jiu-jitsu guy. Dude smart as hell. He's got a dope podcast. Oh, look at that. Tommy's coming on his show. Oh, see, he actually tagged in the Comedy Central. See, I didn't do that. Oh, that's motherfucking so. All right, I'm gonna go edit my post with Tommy. I'm gonna put Comedy Central and Cheech and Chong's up in smoke. Okay. Yeah. Okay, my shit's on his. That's dope. Oh yeah, Rico will be this. But he's also on Spotify. Huge numbers on Spotify and Apple. That's where he mostly does his get down. Rico Podcast. But anyway, and I don't believe he does it live. It's pre-recorded. Go check out Rico Podcast on Apple Podcasts. You see it here. iHeart, everything. But have no fear. Harris is Drink It Again is soon to be up on all these other platforms as well. I've just been going hard on the YouTube video. I want to get that 1K. You know, I'm sorry, 1,000 listeners on Spotify doesn't tickle my ball sack like saying I'm have 1K subscribers on YouTube and I'm monetized. It doesn't have the same effect to me, although I want both. But I'm fucking with Podbean. I'm down with Podbean, and I have the first episode of. Matter of fact, let me log into my shit. Let me log in. I think it's Google. Here we go. This is the official Podbean. I've yet to pay the premium membership to have my podcast distributed on all the platforms. As soon as I pay the little 30, little punk ass 30, I'm gonna hit it up. But you can go right now, type in I believe just Harris is Drink It Again. Or James Harris, wherever the fuck. I don't know what it's under. I think it's under Harris's Drinking Again. Is it? It's probably why I ain't got no fucking listeners. Maybe I gotta change the name. Oh, is this my email though? Hold on, profile. Oh, fuck. Okay, you guys are witnessing dumbass in action. Here we go. Officially. Oh no, nickname though. Nickname, whatever. Harris is Drinking Again podcast. You have to download the app. I'll do all this shit later. I'm just having fun fucking around. You have to download the app, but you can go check out the first episode that we ever did, and you can also listen to it here on YouTube. TNR 000 and 001. So that's dope. All right, check it out. I will check it out. We'll be friends. And I'd love to get you on if you want to spit that hot shit, astrology shit. That's dope. Shout out, Brother Ray. Nah, man, shout out to everybody for real, because that's one thing that we don't do is we're pretty egotistical and selfish. Me and my co-host here, Talk Teach Truth podcast. But I do give flowers and propers where propers is due. You know, you can't you can't really, get far. I'm figuring out now in this business as well. It's you hear it, but it's a lot of who you know, networking. You got to keep your name good. I want to act out even more sometimes. I'm pretty reserved in the show out of respect, and because it's a business now. Harris Drinking Again podcast and media company LLC. Soon to drop the podcast and just Harris Drinking Again media company, because me and Brother Ray got some shit cracking. Like I said, we can get the motherfucking studio, the warehouse, rent out something. I don't give a damn if it's a 13 by 8 office, whatever. As long as it got Wi-Fi, a couple outlets, man, let's go. Let's paint the walls. Let's put up the foam, and let's just rock out. I don't give a fuck. That's what's cracking. And now that will I do. You see that? Without the law of pause, I wouldn't have found a gym like this. Oh shit. Oh no. Sounds like a Dre beat. Make you move your feet. To all the rest of them, I got my best from them. Harris be drinking, yeah. I'm gonna rhyme it with deep thinking, cause I'm plotting and scheming, but I wanna be reaming. My thoughts and philosophies get her from on top of me. I got too little time to squeeze into my day, so I breeze out and work on my dream. And I'm trying to get a money scheme. Merchandise coming soon, now what I mean? If you're listening, will you buy a tee? When we get it pop in, not for free. Eventually it's gotta pay off. RIP to take off. But niggas die every day, cuz in the land of busters, motherfuckers can't trust us. There never once was. Lit shows everywhere we go. Whether it's brother to brother or off the cuff, you know. Woo. It's that easy. It's that easy. It's that easy, believe me. You can check out my CD. It's on Spotify. The content has run dry because I was a lot younger then. And now I'm a grown-ass man. Trying to talk manly things. Not trying to talk about money and what the drama brings. I'm not trying to talk about a BZ up in the streets. Even the Henny talk, drug talk, alcohol talk, it's boring. Let's go for a walk. Let's do some shrooms up in the mountain. I don't care if your pussy's wet as a water fountain. I'm addicted to the pornos. And yeah, she knows. But I ain't no hoe though. I love the cho-cho. Rocking with it. Thursday night. Place to be. Hide a podcast, baby. What have you been up to lately? I know we all trying to break free. Ain't no time to be intimidated. Yeah. Harry's drinking again. Switch up the lights. Let me spark up and ignite. Get this fright out my mind. Shout out to the psychic, Artie Hoff. One man party. You like the salad toss? I do. Yep. But that don't mean I'm a fake fool. Straight, getting straight from you. And it's not an everyday thing. Legs up in the air feels amazing. Oh, too much info. They go use that against me somewhere when I'm coming out with a show, making modo. In the future, they gonna say, look, I told you on his live. Do ya? Nah. Tripping. Cause they can say what they wanna. I'ma sit here, drink beer, smoke marijuana, and ride off into the night. Because I pay the cost to be the boss. That's the only thing with the freestyle, man. Sometimes a freestyle gets you caught up. On your words. Say some shit that you sound wild. Cotton mouth, cotton lips. Guess what? Last night I drank a fifth. Woke up, felt great. Still ran 2 miles today, trying to lose weight. But there's too much sugar. Back in the days, I used to do the booger sugar. And that's probably still coming out my pores. Yeah, I'm from Nevada. I pay for whores. Smoke meth. I seen that come out my pores. Blow big clouds, syringes behind closed doors. And cheap ass motels. Dick so small that my nuts would swell. I got the ADHD, so it reverses in my system. I sit there and write so patiently. It's been 2.5 years. Every day I fucking want to smoke a Quagmire tears, huh? Smoke a Quagmire. Ain't nobody gonna be honest like that. Motherfuckers fake when they rap. They ain't gonna talk about the drug-induced psychosis. Nah. They ain't gonna talk about getting better. They ain't gonna talk about their stormy weather. They always gonna say they got the biggest dick. That's not true. Some of us ain't shit. Some of us is average. Some of us don't quit. Could it be the motion in the ocean? Could it be she has to shit? Either way, gonna make the pussy spray. That's all day. Hey, pour another one, man. I had to get that off my chest. Man, freestyle be like therapy. Be like when you can do it, or similar to writing. Sometimes you just gotta, man, I go in the bathroom and sit on the toilet, and I don't even have to take a shit. I just need to sit down and write this thing out for a minute. I just need to sit down and listen to this motivational video. Close the goddamn door. I like to shit with the lights off usually. Yeah. With the phone, with the light of the phone. Or if I'm at my own crib, I got candles going at night. I like to shit in candlelight. And shit while I write. Thank you. One man in it. Oh, that's fire right there. Chaley. Shout out to Chaley if she's still up in the building. You're a Virgo 95% of the time. You are correct. You don't open your mouth otherwise. You know what's interesting about this statement that I'm reading right here? One thing I don't do, I'm always the quietest guy in the room. Now, this is peculiar because I'm trying to be a podcaster, right? I'm in a space where I got to talk. I'm getting more confident. I've been doing this for a year. But I love when my co-host is here or when a guest is here, right? When you look at the legends, I'm just going to say Star, Bill Burr, many other people, I can't think of them right now that can hold a show by themselves. That's very hard to do. But one thing about my Virgo nature is like, I'm a fucking introvert naturally. I'm never the loudest guy in the room. And that's just always been my stilo. For one, is for protection. Because I don't know, I'm very confident. I am. But I don't have an outward confidence. Sometimes I even come across as not that confident. A lot of people tell you gotta be more confident. It's like, bro, I don't equate being loud or talkative with confident though. And I think a lot of men get that mixed up. They think they gotta be loud, boisterous, yeah. And as the saying goes, the loudest one in the room is usually the weakest one or the first to fall, or whatever the fuck. But a lot of that too is because my nature, my personality, I don't want to be fucked with. So therefore, I will not fuck with nobody. It is very simple. I am super duper respectful when it comes to like actual people interactions. We're both going to turn the corner at the same time. You know, that shit, you're coming and someone's coming and you stop. Oh, sorry, my bad. Oh, go ahead. No, you go ahead. Have a nice day. I'm very cordial like that. And a lot of times that can come off as weakness. We men like myself, but that's cool. That's cool. Yeah. And I don't really look up Sigma male. Fuck the beta and the alpha. I'm a Sigma bitch. But yeah, like, and I think as a man too, you got to be all things at all times. And there's a lot of men that are feminine, and like my feminine traits for a man is my hygiene. Cause I definitely got feminine, like all men kind of have feminine traits. Like I like smell good shit. I like incense. I like candles. I could go to Bed Bath & Beyond with my lady and I'd be fucking happy. A lot of men hate that shit. Baby, I'll go with you to Bed Bath & Beyond. Oh, that's my shit. I'll be up in, you know what I mean? But that could be my projection. I just think of that as a feminine, like what's your, hey bro, like what I eat salads, right? Like there's a lot of men that, let me get a cheeseburger with bacon cheeseburger and hold the lettuce and tomato. And how many times have I heard this? I don't eat that rabbit shit. I ain't no rabbit. It's like, bro, you're a fucking man, dude. You got to eat veggies, dog. You got to take care of your fucking all fat and shit. Give me a bacon cheeseburger with only meat, cheese, and bun. And take the fries, right? I don't know, man. Anyway, so that's my type of energy. I can listen and, I'm just more reserved like that, though. What are some other feminine traits that a man could, other than like being a bitch, like crying, emotional. I'm talking about generally shit I like when I was a little boy, I actually wanted to be an interior designer. Facts. Now, as for men, right? Most interior designers are going to be gay, right? I mean, that's just the general perception. I think most people could agree with that. Even in movies and shit, the male hairstylist is the gay dude. Interior design. Even in Meet the Fockers, he's a male nurse. Like, nah, men could be nurses. They could be you could be a straight ass dude. Interior design. Like, I like the way like colors piece together. Yeah. I'm very particular about hygiene on myself and my partner. Very particular. Shout out to Brother Ray. We be talking about shaving ass cracks and all that stuff, man. Because you got to keep it, clean. You know what I mean? You don't want no dirty doo-doo smell in between those sweats or those jeans. Because when that toe fungus curdles up, and you stick your finger in between the pinky toe and you take out that big chunk and you want to eat it for lunch. Ooh, yeah, that's too gross for y'all. But guess what? I know about that because I used to ball. Yeah. Used to come home and wouldn't wash at all because it's bad luck to wash before the game. But that's how men roll. We kind of strange. Scratch our nuts in the rain. Snip my fingers if no one's looking. But when I'm at home, I'll be down there looking like that. Gorilla status. Neanderthal in the sack. It's gonna be a good episode. There's gonna be some good clips. That's being shivers, bro. Real men, man. Weak men segment. Me and my brother, man. Yes, sir. Make some beat, flow with it. Find the words like you're dancing through your dreams. Unspeakable themes. Shout out to the people. You know what I mean. Shout out to the people who still has dreams. Let's make it happen. Manifesting through the mic with rapping and poetry. Flow with he, the Lord up above or down with thee. Whatever is your poison, choose it, but choose it wisely. If you're a dick, can you please act a little more nicely? You're hurting my feelings. I'm not down with all those killings. That's what I'm talking about. Cindy Riddle, who's this? Travis Intuitive McMillan. Oh, we got another psychic in the house, huh? Okay. Hey, man, don't be trying to come over here and poach, all right? Hey, send me a private message and a friend request, all right, people, all right? Hey, and I know there's going to come a time and day. It might be a long way from now. There's going to be a time and day where somebody tries to impersonate me and ask for money for you in the comment section under a WhatsApp. How about that? Because I've been seeing a lot of my favorite YouTubers. They got the troll account underneath them. I ain't doing all that. I ain't fucking with WhatsApp. How about that? And that's on my mama. And this is the official Cash App of the show. Fuck it. Huh? Cash App. $ Haida Podcast. Venmo at Haida Podcast. You can call it hitter. It ain't no hitter. We ain't hitters over here. Don't try to fucking get me in no Rico bullshit. I ain't no hitter. It's Haida. Like Haida. I'm hiding away. Or Haida. Yeah. Haida. You know what I mean? Haida. Harris is drinking again. Thank you. And before I get up out of here, I've been saying that the last hour. Who knows? I want to say this. I'm going to start a campaign. merchandise will be out hopefully fucking by summertime. Jesus Christ, give me 5 more months to piece together some shit in my life and my finances, and I'm gonna have some motherfucking t-shirts for sale and some shot glasses. I'm looking at the shot glasses first because this is Harris is drinking again, and I want to get some nice fucking quality glasses. Maybe not this nice of quality, because I'm gonna have to charge 15 off top for something like this thick hand blown glass. But if I can find a good deal, but if not, I'm gonna get a regular glass, something like that, with the Harris Drinking Again logo and the YouTube stuff on the back. That's my first mission. And then some t-shirts, mugs, koozies, little things, pins. I don't give a, hoodies will come, t-shirts will come, but I really want to go with the trinkets, little lip balms, whatever. Add it to your cart, $1.29. Who the fuck gives a shit about $1.29? You're gonna pay a little 99-cent shipping, and that's my thought. And I lost my other thought. Oh, I'm gonna start an initiative. I have a very dear friend. Let me take my Zin out of my mouth. Nicotine addict, but I don't smoke cigarettes. Shout out to Zin. Use promo code HIDA podcast to get 15% off your next order. I got a good brother in Mexico, Fernie Johan Serna Ruiz. He was deported over a decade, almost a decade and a half ago. He grew up here. He even graduated high school. Okay, has his diploma. He got in one little fight, and the courts got scared, and they shipped it to Guadalajara and deported his ass from there, huh? And it hurts my heart. And I went out to go see my brother, and he's a good man. Okay, he gets lumped up in the whole Mexicans, they're bad people. No. Motherfucking Mexicans are good people. The cartels are fucked up, evil people. And that's all I'm gonna say on that. Whoa! I'm not even. I didn't even want to say the C word like that because them motherfuckers. Woo! Jesus Christ! Hold on. The cartel are some great human beings. I don't. Anyway, but the people of Mexico are great people, and he's just trying to get his family back over here. He's paid his dues. He served his time. He even served time in the U.S. before they fucking shipped him down there. His mom, his dad, his brother, his sisters, everybody's back here in the States. He's been removed from my life, his family's life for the last 15 years. And I do want to start an initiative. I know Facebook, Instagram, they offer these campaigns and whatnot, but I'm looking to put something together. He's sending me the paperwork over, so it's something I can post. It's not no scheme. It's not no funky business. I do want to try to raise some money for him so he can get his paperwork straightened out, because all it is money. At this point, it's money. He's got to pay a certain amount. I don't know what that is. It's like $1,000 or $1,200 or whatever to get him, and then. But if we can get him here, we can work on getting his family here. But I think it would be dope to use this platform to start an initiative of some sort like that, where, and I want to also prove to the people, it's like my time will come. I'm enjoying doing this. But I really want to, if I'm asking for money or if I'm asking for this, I want the people to see, okay, it's actually going to go to this cause. And you could click over here. You can see this paper. You could read his documents and shit like that. That's just something that's floating in my head. I do want to piece that together here shortly, in the next few months. So, yeah. Because I guess the border is wide fucking open anyway, right? I just said, bro, this last 4 years is your time to come, bro. As soon as they flip back to the motherfucking repo, it's over. They're gonna tighten up the border, bro. You just come on over. I don't know. So maybe we could just use the money for that. I'll fucking Western Union it to somewhere in Laredo or El Paso. But whoever donates to it has to be enough money so we can buy him a GoPro, and he could wear a GoPro and he can film his illegal entry into the U.S. Wouldn't that be fire? Y'all ain't never seen no shit like that. I haven't. But I seen a documentary, but there ain't no GoPro footage of an illegal coming over here. Maybe there is, but I haven't seen it. I think that'd be fucking dope. Legally is the plan first. Get him over here legally. That's the plan. Plan B, GoPro, pay the coyote. All right. Closing in on 2.5. I'm feeling like a motherfucking star. Feeling like a goddamn professional. I've been pretty vulgar. I'm sorry. I say motherfucking goddamn a lot. Don't mean to offend nobody. Shit. But after 10 o'clock at night, this is the adult hours. I tell my son the same thing. And my kids. After 10, all kids should be ceased until 6, till 7 or 8, hopefully, but 10 to 6, that's adult time. That's unwind, recharge, refocus for the next day of fiasco time. That's what we do. That's why we get loose on a Thursday night, man. Motherfucking Harris is drinking again. It's been a great one. Shout out Artie Hoffman. Let's read down. Shout out Cindy Riddle. Travis Intuition guy. Looks like a bot. Copy and pasting your same message, huh? Fuck out of here. And of course, Brother Ray G and Chaylee. Chaylee, you are the dopest guest tonight. You're the dopest chatter. Thank you so much for your time and your energy. It was awesome. I gotta put in the wind down music, the official. Ooh, did you hear that? Yeah. I didn't even start my original intro today with that. Oh shit. Yeah. Back up in the building for another edition of the Harry's Drinking Again podcast. I have been your host, Harry Too Scary, aka Mr. Harris. And you rocking with the best. And even if I ain't the best, you rocking with a motherfucker that will blow your mind and your chest with some dopeness. A lot of the words I say, please don't quote this. We out for the night. I don't know if I got one more in me. I might. Let me tell you how I feel after this. You're seeing it live. Drink responsibly, kids. Drink responsibly. If you can't handle it, stay away. See, I know my limits. That's why I'm not going to go back on the hard throw guys no more. They fuck with my mind. And then this whole thing will be erased. All the hard work I put into this podcast will be erased. So demons, stay away. In the name of Jesus. In the name of the Lord, the Holy Spirit, the universe. In the name of the light and all things good. Refrain those evil, low vibration people from me. And those motherfucking drug using cocksuckers. Going forward. I'm going to do an off the cuff this week between now and next Thursday. Because next Thursday, we got DJ Steady coming in the building. Go check out Who They Want podcast. I didn't go live on Podbean tonight. I didn't even think about it. And I haven't been fucking around with the Facebook. Let's see if we got anybody up on Facebook to shout out. Facebook's this is on my other page. Also, yeah, go check out the Harris Drinkin' is the official name. Just for my basic YouTube, I'll throw it up here real quickly so we can put it in the clips. Harris Drinkin', or type in Harris is Drinking Again podcast on Facebook. That's the official page. Harry_2 Scary at Instagram. Again, thank you to everyone who tuned in, who listened, who even clicked for 1 little millisecond. Like, for real, it takes a lot, man. Thank you for real. Like, thank you for even investing any ounce of energy into this product, into this brand, and into this show, and listening to this shit. It ain't just shit, man. This means a lot to me. Don't shed a tear, Dakota. Don't shed a tear. Your fucking therapist told you about this, man. Don't do it right now. Don't do it right now. Okay. I'm not going to do it. We out. Check out the podcast network that we're in. I'll be on Rico Podcast tomorrow, and he'll put it out sometime in the next month. But in the meantime, give him a check out, man. Really dope people we're vibing with. Like I said, I'm going to spend the weekend editing the Gianni Russo interview. This man over here, he talking, man. It was a good one. But I don't think I know everything. Man, I got to get so much better. I got to get so much better with speaking. Oh, one thing I wanted to show before I get out of here. I got to do it. This gig, this hobby, this passion of mine that I've found and I've been doing has enabled me to like want to open my mind more, because I've had some guests on here, and shout out to Brother Ray G as well. People are older than me. They know more than me. They're more well-spoken than me. And so a lot of them have just more experience, right? But one thing we can do at any age is just read. And I used to be a really good reader when I was a kid, and I got away from that. And going back and listening to my videos, I understand that I have to read more and really learn more of my vocabulary. So I just ordered this book. And fucking Godfrey podcast, right? Godfrey the comedian. He told me about this book. All his listeners, The Color of Law by Richard Rothstein. How a forgotten history of how our government segregated America. Let me try it again. A forgotten history of how our government segregated. God damn it. Segregated America. This is supposed to be a really good read. And it's actual factual, and it's written by a white man talking about how the U.S. government purposely fucked over black folks. Like, it's crazy. Like it's one of those books supposedly, you know, it's not like, oh, you know, and I get it. There's a big debate in that sort of thing, but this guy supposedly Color of Law. I don't know. Check it out yourself. Go Amazon fucking reviews and check it out. I'm gonna be reading this book over the next month, and I'm gonna do like a book review or something on it, a little breakdown of it, because I do want to. I want to start. I have another book around. I've ordered 2 books in the last couple weeks. That's a challenge to myself for this year. Read more. Become more well-spoken. Can hit her. Live so much life talking about so much shit. I'm like, damn, I gotta pick a book, motherfucker. So that's why also I'm doing a lot of these recent upcoming interviews are gonna be pre-recorded. So you might not be seeing guests on Thursday night after next week. DJ Steady of Who They Want is our final guest, so to speak. I'm going to go actually back. They're all pre-recorded. That way they're locked and loaded. And then I'll do a shitload of promoting leading up to the interview. but you can still catch us every Thursday night, 8 p.m. until the time shift in March. And then, no, I might keep it the same because then it'll still be 8 because I'll be on the Pacific time, so we'll figure that out every fucking Thursday, 8 p.m. But don't think I'm slipping. Yeah, I be over here drinking and tripping, smoking, fucking dipping, wishing I was Scottie Pippen, never limping. I never had it in me to be pimping. And if I was a pimp, I'd be a gorilla pimp. Smack a bitch and her body's off in the ditch. Nah, I'm too soft for that. I'd be crying, taking her to the ER, saying her arm's cracked. And I did it. Yeah, I admit it. Put me in jail for the night, then I'm acquitted. Hopefully I had some bail money and some lawyers. Once again, I'm reading Tom Sawyer. No, it's Richard Rothstein, The Color of Lie. Yeah, know what I mean? Talking about how America, okay, what I want to say. So there's this thing here. We're going to get to know the difference between, I can't say the word. It's de facto segregation. And then there's de jure segregation. DEJURE. It's like a French word. So there's actually two types of segregations, and the ones, there's actually, these motherfuckers actually set the shit up. Redlining, it talks about all that shit. We're gonna get deep. Stay tuned, motherfuckers. Yeah, I'm a reading nigga. I'm one of those reading niggas, high yellow niggas. De jure, huh? Redlining. De facto segregation. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Let me read this. Okay. Let me read this first paragraph. Keep this. And then we out this bitch. Book club. It's probably gonna take me 4 weeks. Because if I say it on the podcast, I'm gonna hold myself to it. I'm a great reader, but I fucking hate reading now. I got lazy. The phones, the time. I'm sitting there reading a book and the ADHD, right? Because we want to be scrolling. It's no good. We got to get back to the basics. Preface. Just gonna read the first little paragraph, then we're gonna hop off this bitch, man. Color of law, man. Real shit. I want to become really knowledgeable of shit I speak on this motherfucker. No more fucking around. When from 2014 to 2016, riots in places like Ferguson, Baltimore, Milwaukee, or Charlotte captured our attention. Most of us thought we knew how these segregated neighborhoods with their crime, violence, anger, and poverty came to be. We said they are de facto segregated. I can't say that word tonight. That they result from private practices, not from law or government policy. De facto segregation, we tell ourselves, has various causes. When African Americans moved into a neighborhood like Ferguson, a few racially prejudiced white families decided to leave. And then as the number of black families grew, the neighborhood deteriorated and white flight followed. Real estate agents steered away whites from black neighborhoods and blacks away from white ones. Banks discriminated with redlining, refusing to give mortgages to African Americans or extracting unusually severe terms from them with subprime loans. Okay. And then there's other shit. It goes into a bunch of shit. We're going to get into this over the next couple of weeks. Segregation by intentional government action is not de facto. Rather, it is what courts call de jure segregation by law and public policy. So anyway, fucking page. And I don't know about for y'all, but there's a certain feel about a book. Like this book feels like work. Like it just feels like a motherfucker. Like it looks and feels. That's a thick motherfucker. Like, what is it? Oh, maybe not even that many. Oh shit. Okay, there's only like 200 and man, with the notes and everything, it's over 300. So yeah, okay. It's like 330 with the index, but it looks like it's about 270. I guess I can go to the fucking introduction. But anyway, want to let y'all know that I'm not completely stupid and I'm still trying to better myself to some degree. And I do read here and there. And if I slip up, I'm trying. Like we're all fucking trying. We're trying. We're fucking trying. It's hard. This is my therapy. Therapy Night Rants. AKA Thursday Night Rants. I am Dakota James Harris, AKA Mr. Harris. AKA Harry Too Scary, a confused motherfucker. Trying to get through life like everybody else, man. And you listening to motherfucking Harris Drink Again podcast. And I thought I had another shot, but I didn't. Just a smallie. You see what drinking responsibly is? It's a little midget off the top. We don't go crazy, drink the. Yo, I'm getting off this podcast. Let's talk about food for a second. I'm getting off this podcast to some barbecue chicken. Barbecue baked chicken, marinated to perfection by me. And some loaded mashed potatoes, with the bacon and some cheese. I know it's an unhealthy meal late at night, but there is some asparagus to be had. I love my asparagus grilled, but this one's sauteed with some sliced zucchini and squash. That's what I'm going to go smash right now and drink a big ass 32 thing of water and down a packet of Emergency. And that's how I live my life, man. Smoke some more. Get 3 to 4 hours sleep, which is what I've been averaging on Thursday nights the last year and 2 weeks. But it's all coming to an end. I've been on the same schedule for a minute. Big things fucking popping. I can't wait. And I can't wait for y'all either, man, to see this new backdrop. So many changes. We went through, me and Brother Ray G in this last year. You've seen him go from one location to the next. And you're about to see me. But I will not let that information be revealed. You will not know the specific date. You never let him know like that. You just say sometime this year. In the back of my head, I know exactly when they're coming, motherfucker. And we finna bomb on your ass like the goddamn Talibans or some shit. Cause we coming. I'm talking about we coming. Like Deion Sanders, man. Colorado State, we coming. You can hide if you want to, but we coming. You can go run to another podcast if you want to, but we coming. You can go and complain, but we coming. You could jump up in the live chat and leave a dirty comment. Oh, we coming. You can try to separate two of the greats, but guess what? We coming. Like that. 2023. Ain't no more fucking around. And it's already been proven. Yeah, I'm a humble motherfucker. But don't get it twisted. I think episode 13, we went down the 12 traits of a narcissist. I admit to 4 out of the 12. I know a motherfucking homeboy that got like 10 out of 12, 12 out of 12. We coming. That's why I sit here and talk by myself. I don't even need a drink up on the shelf. We coming. I already went 25 days sober. You seen it. You seen it. We coming. I've sat here and did a whole podcast, no cursing. We coming. I choose to be vulgar. I don't have to. I'm coming. I choose to partake in the American spirit because I'm coming. I ain't got to do a damn thing except sit my ass here every Thursday night, keep booking these guests, keep networking with motherfuckers. Shout out to motherfucking Beeline Entertainment LLC. One of my YouTube dogs. Him, DJ Steady, Philly D up in the place to be. Huh? Rico. We're gonna get Brother Ray up in the mix. Fuck. In a minute. He coming. His shit ain't even off the ground yet. But y'all still know it's coming. That was a clip. That was a clip, baby. Hashtag Prime. Hashtag Well Off Media, man. Shout out to his sons, Shakur and Sadaka, or whatever the fuck. Black excellence, man. Over there in Boulder. I ain't gonna front, man. As soon as I get my ass, I already got Wolfpack gear. Matter of fact, next week I'm gonna come on live with a Wolfpack beanie. Fuck the button up and fuck the nice fleece. I think we're going hoodie and beanie next week, like Wolfpack beanie, bro. I got a Wolfpack. I'm wearing a Wolfpack beanie, sitting here sweating next week with the hoodie. That's how we doing it next week. Ugh. But I'm definitely gonna get some Colorado gear this year. Shout out to Coach Prime, man. Shout out to Ed Reed too, putting in the work. And I have a spinoff show. I don't want to say too much, but shout out, man. We got a spinoff show coming. Me and DJ Steady, man. The Unhappy Hour. It's gonna be a different twist. Because you know, you are watching an alter ego right now. Yeah, I'm hairier than scarier, baby. Well, as soon as I get off, I go back to Harris, man. I'm chilling, man. But when I'm on live, I'm coming. Man. Harry's drinking again. All right, let's get this out of here. No más. No más. Done. Done. That's what it looks like, guys. You put that to the side and you gracefully bow out. Had my fun. Nobody was hurt. No animals were harmed in the filming of this presentation, except the dog you staring at, huh? This has been a good show. I ain't rocked it one man in a minute. Artie, thank you, sir. I was gonna end it, man, after you came on, but you know, because I'm still gonna go back and edit and edit great clips out of what he said. And that's the Thursday night. The change I'm making in the show is like the guests are going back pre-record. The Thursday night live is what you get. We rant, we rave, we just talk live form. You see me, I ain't shaving. I barely took a razor to the face. I just don't care lately. I'm not shaving nothing. But the point is, it's in the moment. And that has to stay. Thank you for the interaction tonight. That made a hell of a difference. But even if not, it's one of those things where it's almost like Again, it's a therapy night. But so going forward, that's how it's going to be. We're still going to come here and vent every Thursday. And pretty soon, man, we're going to have to switch up the fucking studio and we're going to be live. Side by side. And then we got a whole host of other content. Stay tuned, y'all, man. Thank you so much, guys. For real. This is a hell of a journey. I'm signing off. We'll see y'all next week. 8 p.m. You never know when you're going to get the off the cuff notification this week, because I will do an off the cuff show. I'm just feeling it. Me and Brother Ray got to do an off the cuff, and we got some shit to talk about and hash out on the show. And just keep hitting y'all with different perspectives. Peep the OG interview. You know, I put out the OG interview in the middle of Tommy and Gianni. The Tommy clip's going crazy. The Gianni clips are going crazier. The one clip has like almost 200 views. I'm like, fuck. And that's for an upload. That's insane for me. My shorts do good, but the uploads are different. But I put out the OG interview in the middle of those guys because, for one, I want to break up the content. But really go check out the OG interview. There's a brother out there from Hawaii, originally from Cleveland, and it's only an hour and 25 minutes. But when you listen to it, man, I want you to listen with your heart and with your mind. Like, take the bells and whistles out of it, or what you think that we are, and just listen to the words that are being spoken week after week, every Thursday night. And there's magic within those words. Fuck the bottom of the screen and my stupid light and whatever we try to do. Like, listen to the content. And that's why I'm super excited to just go audio form. As soon as my cheap ass wants to pay $30 a month and commit to that, I gotta transfer all my files over. It's a whole process. I'm about 8 episodes in, but I'm gonna start uploading them audio. You sit and you hear the fuck ups. You hear the the stutters, and you hear and it's frustrating a little bit. It's annoying, but there's beauty within that. And the different characters that we've had come on. We've had men on here that have taken life, been to prison, drug addicts, alcohol abusers. I mean, we've had celebrities, regular people. It's very vast conversation. That's what I hope people get the most. Fuck the bells and the whistles, man. We'll get there. But do you like the content? Do you understand the content? Do you resonate with the voices behind the microphones? All the other shit can be fixed. And like I said before in the earlier shows, it can't get any worse than what it's already at. We're already doing this a year in. And if you go back a year from now, it wasn't even, some cleanup job, but to where we are now. But even to where we are now, it can't get no worse, baby. It's in the story. It's in the people that we got on. It's in just me and Ray. Or if it's just me, I'll sit here and rock the shit. I'll keep you entertained, baby. Seeing a man, what do I do? What do I do? I don't know. But it's like making a good stew. Take your time. Huh? Yeah. That's what this podcast is, is making a good stew, baby. It's marinating that turkey 48 hours before Thanksgiving. Hell, the pros go 4 and 5 days. They sit that motherfucking turkey in brine. And even before they put the turkey in, they already got the water prepped and they got the seasonings in it. And then the water's been sitting there, marinating. And they put the turkey in, and the turkey's already been slathered in whatever butter and a little tenderizer with honey and sorry, I like turkeys. And you put it in the water and you brine it. It sits there and it soaks. That's what this podcast has been. You can judge initially, but let it soak. Let it soak on your conscience. Let it come back next week. Just click on every week. What are they saying this week? Okay, boom. You catch little tidbits here and there. Before you know it, you're eating a full course meal. Oh, you catch little tidbits here and there. Before you know it, you're eating a full course meal. Bars. I could keep going. I got them all day, but we just hit the 3-hour mark. I'm out this bitch. Perfect time to end it. Thank y'all. I don't want to end it. Trust me. But we'll be back. Shalom. Here's your Drink to Get podcast. Harry's drinking again. Perfect. We out, man. Salute everybody. Have a good weekend. And stay tuned for the Gianni Fo interview Monday morning. Yeah, I'm committing to it. It's gonna be awesome. I'm putting some really nice bells and whistles on it. I'm putting up pictures throughout the interview. I got some nice Italian lounge music playing behind it, to set the vibe. I got some like mafioso fucking flutes or like whatever organs and shit. I got some really nice music with the motherfucker. I think my fat ass just broke my chair. It's time to switch to light beer. Yeah, I just broke my chair. I just broke my chair. I just heard a pop. Fat fuck. All right. We out this bitch. We're going to let the music ride. But I'm going to take myself off for the night. I'm going to go and eat some food. And it's all good. Perfect. See y'all later, man. Next week. Hold on. See y'all next week, 8 p.m. for TNR 55. Oh, one thing before I get up out of here again. My favorite number in the world is 52. That's my sports number. Now in basketball, I wore the number 52, 54, and 55. So I'm partial of 55 to Dikembe Mutombo. You know what I'm saying? Episode 55 is gonna be dope. I rock with 55, but 52 is my favorite number. Just a tidbit. And I've only done a skid bit. Yeah. I would love to do a midget. The beauty about Off the Cuff is you don't know when it's coming. It could be tomorrow night after Rico podcast. It could be Saturday night. It could be Sunday night. It could be Monday night. I might hit you with a Tuesday Off the Cuff. But one thing for sure is you gonna see my ass every Thursday night for TNR, baby. Thursday Night Rants, aka Therapy Night Rants. That's right. Yeah. Like that. Salute, man. We'll see y'all. Love y'all. Peace. Harry's Drinking Again podcast.
What's cracking, y'all? It's Lil Kelpie from the 1503, aka Kelpie the P, aka call me whatever you want, just don't call me broke. And I'm fucking with the Harris is Drinking Again podcast, one of the first podcasts or platforms to put me on. Y'all better stay following them, watching them. Stay tuned for more shit. Big things happening in the future.
Harry's Drinking Again. Yo. You have been listening to the Harris is Drinking Again podcast. For more, go to YouTube, type in @HideaPubcast. Look us up on Spotify, any and all streaming platforms. Harris is Drinking Again Pubcast. Thank you.